spacious. I was spacious because Crisp Apples was fucking front seat, so I had
incredibly tall man that I am.
I stretched out. That shit was like a plane emergency exit because I was showing legs crossed, living.
The Chevy Equinox is a relatively spacious vehicle.
Yeah, it wasn't spacious.
And shout out to our sponsor, Chevy Equinox.
that was Doritos' car of the week.
Doritos car of the week. Let's start the podcast. Listen, everybody. Rap Cave, episode 48. We have a lot of stuff. Listen, I know Mariba put out a fire album. Westside Gun put out a fire album. Saba put out a fire single. Sean Paul and Tyler dropped a song. Fuck all that. We're going to keep this simple. We got two things on the docket. We got Kendrick's Super Bowl performance and Drake's album. Because I know what this room is going to be. I know where we're going to be. And as you can see, packed house. I'm with my guys. I'm with Isaiah. I'm with my boy Money Murr. Bryce, be nice.
The incredible band.
Bryce too nice. Birdie. Chris Apples, yes, and part-time Potty.
Yeah. I got part-time Potty on this side with me today. He comes from the other side of the river over here.
As you know, I'm Chris Platte, the Pod Don Platte Pods.
Man, you're really trying to push that pod down, man,
bro. I'm changing.
I ain't gonna lie, change your name on my phone.
I'm changing my name, bro.
So
Crispy Pods,
Crispy Pod.
Yeah.
So you got Crisp Apples and Crispy Pods.
Big Apple.
Oh, you got me a
Big
Apple. Oh,
Big
shit.
Apple.
Are you from New York though?
No.
Yeah.
I've eaten a bagel before.
Doesn't your brother live in New York?
Yeah, it's close
There
enough.
you go.
By proxy, yeah, I guess.
Shouldn't he be Big Apple then?
Hey, just be a brothers with somebody that lives in New York. You already inherit $10,000 in debt.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
you already get $10,000 in debt just on knowing
the
somebody in
name
New
I
York.
got you in my phone is Big AP. I kind of like that.
Big
AP.
Have you been changing it? Because you
'Cause
tagged me as
Chris-
Apples in the chat.
Crisp Apples just wasn't really flowing right for me for a minute, so I'm like, Big AP sound hard.
I like that.
Big AP.
Well,
all
on that
psyched.
same note, I changed your contact photo to a seal doing a money spread in my phone. So.
That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, when you called a
That
second
seal
ago, I
was
showed it. It's funny. I'll show
That's
you.
actually not a lie. That's a real talk.
Yeah, real talk. Before we get into all that, it was Valentine's Day this weekend. Yeah, shout out to the romantics out there. Offset, speaking of romantic, dropped a Cardi B diss song on Valentine's.
He dissed his baby mama? That's crazy.
Hey,
Not his baby mama. I mean, Cardi B is Cardi B. Offset's Offset.
Golly.
Like, that's
I didn't-
crazy.
I didn't know that.
Dropping a diss on Valentine's Day.
About Cardi B?
Yeah.
That's a bold move, bro.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
Yeah.
you know, I should just sound lame. I ain't hear it though.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Yeah,
it.
that is
I didn't
some
hear it
lame
either.
ass shit.
That's some real lame shit right there, bro.
I didn't hear it either. I'm so in love right now. I just want to surround myself with that type of energy.
Whoa.
That type of energy.
I feel you.
But speaking of bad news, Kanye and Bianca split.
Yeah,
So that was a bad.
Thank
Not surprised.
God.
Not surprised at
I
all.
was
thought-
convinced she
I
was
thought
an
they got
AI
back
sex
together,
robot.
No, they're filing for divorce, yeah.
But
yeah.
didn't they like get back together like 10 minutes after that or something?
They've been back and forth.
No, but they don't have a prenup, which is something that
Which, yeah,
you would have thought. Kanye
everyone's
would've
like,
known.
if only there was a song saying that you should get a prenup if you get married. Like, Kanye isn't even following his own fucking playbook.
I was convinced she was just an AI sex robot that he found.
Well,
Or he
people
got
have
gifted.
said that now this is very tinfoil
She
hat, but
quoted
that
Kim Kardashian
she's
said,
actually
"You're trying to be me."
that
was so
that
funny.
Bianca is a CIA
Actually, no,
operative
it wasn't
hired to
her.
spy on Kanye, and Kanye made her walk around naked so he knew that she wasn't wearing a wire.
That's actually good.
I'm not buying into it, but it's kind of funny. when you
That
think
is
about it.
actually
Listen. I'm never happy for a breakup, but I do gotta appreciate the time because he showed us her titties before they split.
He did, bro. That's what will make me believe like that theory because it's just, he literally has just had this girl just out butt ass naked every
All the
fucking
time.
And she's like, dude, she's like an architect and shit. She's a fucking. It's crazy. It's such a weird like. I don't know. The whole relationship.
like to
seems
even be
rocky.
like, all right, the only way I'm going out with you is if you put this suit on. Let's go. What's this gonna be? You either stay in the house or you gonna put this thing on. She like fuck it. The determination is crazy. She's all in.
Hey, look.
It's crazy.
Yeah, gotta respect the determination, the wherewithal.
Whatever her goal was, I mean, she had a good run.
Well, I heard the rumor was that Kanye broke up with her because she was dressing like a hoe in public. So.
Yeah, is that what they're saying?
What?
Hey man,
And that was just pointing fingers.
see. That's the thing. That's the thing about Kanye. Kanye has been on some bullshit recently that I don't fuck with. But at the same time, he still has those funny moments.
Yeah.
He
Dude
still
was
has
selling
those.
Nazi shirts on his fucking
Yeah,
website.
which isn't funny.
He's a
That's not the
weird
funny
guy.
part.
That's crazy.
That's
I thought
fucked
that
up.
was fucking hilarious.
What the hell is wrong with you, bro?
I thought it
It's
was-
not funny,
I
bro.
thought it was
This
funny.
podcast
It's
never
not
goes
funny,
anywhere.
bro.
This podcast.
Why
never
would you
goes
think
anywhere.
that's hilarious?
It's just some funny shit for Kanye to do. Like,
weirdo, bro.
I mean,
I'll
all
give
I'm
you.
saying
It's
is
funny
him-
in the context of Kanye doubling down on it, but the thing of it is not funny.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't say
We
I
here
ain't
to
say
not condone any
anything
Nazism.
of that symbol was funny.
No, I can see it is a little funny that
I
Kanye
think-
doubled
I
down
think-
and
I
did that.
think when you clicked on the website and the only thing there was the Nazi T-shirt, that shit was
Yeah,
fucking
and that was his Super Bowl
Kanye
fucking.
Which
ad.
the
my
funniest
God.
part about
Locked
that
up
to me though
immediately.
was that it was replaced his Kanye Sean John shirts. So literally he had some Diddy shirts and said,
And then he switched.
"Nah,
No, you know what's
I
better?
gotta go further."
Swastikas.
But
That's
I
fucking crazy.
don't like. Is people really surprised though? Like he really like.
No,
was-
No, that's-
he was in. He was in.
That's why- listen,
Playboy
we're not-
Cardi 2024 video with the KKK Black Hood.
We're not gonna do a whole Kanye thing, but that's why we
I didn't
talked
know he
about
was
it
in that
last
video.
pod. Is like we're so like desensitized to. We're like we know obviously it's fucked up, so I'm not condoning anything you're saying, but at the same time, it's like I also know it's a reach. I also know like I don't know, maybe he is like that, but like I don't see it as like him
is
like
all
going this
for the
far as
album
like
drop,
or
bro.
like
With-
pure
with
hate.
Kanye,
Yeah, it's
when-
all
when Ye-
fireworks. It's all show.
When Ye speaks, there's always an underlying message
Showmanship.
that we will never understand until you get on the interview and explain everything you was just talking about.
I don't want him to
That's the
explain
only-
shit.
I
That's the
don't want
only
another
time.
fucking Just a Little Boy interview. I
don't want
never.
no Justin LeBoy interview. I'm tired of that nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that dude would just be like, "Damn, bro." So like, you was really just like,
Just
you was really
tweeting
just,
all morning,
yeah, bro. You
like-
was just tweeting all morning,
so
bro.
was you
And it's
really-
always so inspiring to just like get like somebody as great as you, like your thoughts, like that's what Just a Little Boy
So
does,
was
bro.
you really feeling like that at the time when you tweeting that, or you just tweeted it just to tweet?
Yeah, like next thing.
It's not that deep, bro. He's like, you're not asking the correct question, bro.
Next thing we know, he's gonna be doing DJ Vlad interviews and
Dog.
shit. Like,
I'm
I cannot picture Kanye on no Vlad interview.
I know. Just
They
pick,
might
but
be
he
like-
picks
He'll just be
the
like, "You
worst
fat?"
people to interview him. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, man. All right, listen. Let's get to the main piece. All right, we got two things. Again, disclaimer. Sorry to all the great music that I heard, like Mariba, West Side Gun, Saba, all you talented artists that put out music. I just know time wise, it's gonna be this gonna be 3 hours if I want to highlight
We'd be
all
here
your
all
shit.
day,
So
yeah.
shout out to Mariba for putting out a fantastic R&B album specifically. But Kendrick Super Bowl or a Drake album? I feel like we should go chronological. Chronological.
Fuck it.
All right. Kendrick Super Bowl halftime show. Mixed reviews, receptions, everybody around the room. You know, like I said, I'm
Nigga
off the
just-
top off.
I hope everybody saw that, bro. He just was like, oh, man, this
You know what I said? I'm out.
might go over to you really quick.
I'm really trying to sit in
It's
between
time-
that.
it's-
I usually always do that.
It's
What?
It's time. It's time
Put
though.
it in between.
He did it so slick too. He was like,
It's
For the
time
record,
though.
I know,
It's time
but
though that
the
Bert-
comedic timing was really good.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time I've been on the podcast, we've always been on opposite sides. There's always been a debate with Kendrick and Drake. So he knew it was coming. He's like, yeah, let me just go ahead and just get this started.
He said, "Do your thing, twin."
You ain't fucking with it? Get the mic back to him.
No, listen, honestly, I'm not gonna start. I'll let the room start. How's there anybody that wants to talk? How y'all feeling about the performance?
I want to, yeah, bro. Pass that bitch back. How you feel about it?
That's it back. That's it back.
I'm not starting first because y'all keep trying.
"Oh, we gotta know.
You gotta go, bro.
We're all gonna give our input.
You gotta go, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
We want
All
to know
right,
the
what
biggest
I gotta
thing
know
you
first. Were you expecting to watch? I feel like you had to come battle ready for this one because you knew what this was gonna end up
See,
being.
the crazy thing is, listen, Chris, what I say about the halftime Super Bowl performance?
I don't remember.
No, you don't remember.
No, I don't.
How
Yeah.
convenient? How convenient?
How convenient?
How convenient.
Nah, but like I said, I had tweeted too. I'm like, it was a W performance to me in my book. I thought it was he did everything he was supposed to do. Now on the flip side, I do think he might have ruined it for a lot of upcoming rappers that might want to be in the Super Bowl within these next couple years or so. I'm not expecting no more rappers for the next 2 years at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But
I don't know. I agree with you on that. I think.
Yeah, you think Roger Goodell was
Oh,
like,
they're
all right,
gonna have
I'll let you do this shit once.
fucking person next
Oh man, they gotta contradict that Super Bowl next year. They gotta find the widest
listen,
dude. that-
'cause
Sabrina Carpenter.
Post Malone's coming in
Sabrina
there.
Carpenter.
Yeah. Fucking Jelly Roll's gonna be in that motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you.
Too dark. You ain't gonna
No,
be Jelly Roll.
You think Jelly Roll's running back and forth?
No,
across
he's
that
got a
field
song.
like that?
He's got a song with them. He's got a song with Eminem. That's too risky.
It's about to be,
Yeah.
it's about to be the Wiggles or some shit.
It's too risky.
It's gotta be
Gonna have the Wiggles
Jason
up there.
Aldean. He's going to come
Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Fat and Juicy.
back. They got-
It's gonna be like Taylor Swift or something.
it's gonna be like an Ed Sheeran for sure.
Mhm.
In that-
I
in
can
that
definitely
range.
see Taylor Swift.
Taylor
sure.
Swift, Ed
I don't
Sheeran,
think.
fucking.
Listen, if the
Luke
Chiefs don't
Bryan,
make it, if Chiefs don't make it, next year,
Macklemore,
Taylor Swift not doing
Still
that
can't
shit.
hold us.
Yeah,
no way.
I could see some country shit too. Fucking
Yeah, but if Chiefs start
100%.
losing,
I'm
like
sure
they
they're gonna
did,
go that
I
way.
think she's gonna back out of that.
Yeah.
halftime show.
Yeah.
She might be
If she
able
ain't got nothing to do that day, if she ain't got nothing.
I'm
to
calling it
I-
now.
I
It's
get-
gonna be Adele.
Adele.
Now that would be hard.
Adele's
I would
gonna
actually
probably
be
release
here
another
for it.
album this year. It'll be Adele.
Wait, what
would this one be?
How
Like
old is she?
34?
I think it's about to be Michael Jackson.
If she's like 34, that shit won't work.
You gotta bring
That
him
shit won't
back to
work.
the grave.
It'll be every 5 to 10 years. Cause she's like she did 30 and she did that when it was like COVID
I
time.
will
But
have
she
to
did 20.
agree.
She might
She
be-
did 21 though. But
I gotta.
Well, yeah,
agree
but
with Rod, though,
that's
I
man.
mean, it's a
significant
milestone
age.
birthday. I guess,
Nobody's
but-
like I'm 33.
I gotta agree with Rod though, bro. Like, it's gonna be a while before a rap gets back into the Super Bowl.
I don't think so.
And
Now
the
with
next
Jay-Z
person
there.
ever probably to get
Nah,
it.
see, listen, Jay-Z asking for a lot. Like we already had to have your back after this case. You bring a Kendrick on stage, like you kind of you asked for too much. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. I just got eyes on this. Did anyone know that she's engaged to Rich Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that at all. Yeah, damn.
Bro,
Yeah, another one bites the dust.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Oh no, I was hoping she pulled up to 3rd Street one day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, maybe I catch her at the dive bar around the corner or something like that.
Maybe she's at 3rd Street. You know.
Karaoke night?
We get to exchange.
I just gotta roll my.
we get to exchange
I just
your
gotta roll the
music
dice that
ideas.
Georgia Smith gonna pop up now. It's a.
One thing I do think about like this performance, like all the backlash that Kendrick was getting from it, and like the way his stance was defending it, I feel like they kind of like gassing Kendrick out just a little bit. Cause now it's like every time Kendrick drop, it's gonna be the crowd that's gonna be like, oh, this shit ass, this, that, and the third. And then there's always the Kendrick stands that's gonna come in and say, they're gonna say the same thing every time. I already know. You don't understand. It went over your head. You don't get the message. Blah, 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 this, that, and the third. So, like, just hearing that every time is just going to, like, blow his steam.
Okay.
I feel like.
But this is the conversation we always have. I don't give a fuck about the stance. I don't give a fuck about Aubrey's attorney. I don't give a fuck about the Kendrick stance. I don't like those don't buy into me. Like when I post those in the group chat, like you'll see I'll share them occasionally in the group chat, but it's always like laughing at them. It's never like those don't ever gaslight me into like feeling like away. Like those don't get me charged up. So like I disqualify the stands. There's a big difference between fans and stands. So like but I do want to acknowledge the criticism of it, right? Like the criticisms of it were fair. Like the set list wasn't the best. Like I wouldn't have done Squabble Up. Like I feel like if anything I would have just done the snippet and get the fuck out of there. I don't feel like Squabble Up at best snippet in the hook.
It was a really bold move to do all new shit.
I didn't need the verse, but again, that's what I'm saying.
That's the most hype song on the album, though.
And
I was gonna say
TV Off is.
I was gonna say if anything, you want to get rid of Man in the Garden and stuff like
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna
Like
say,
those were the songs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it goes to my broader point, like the set list. Because look, I'll be fair. Let me just state my opinion on it. I loved it. but I also understand everybody that doesn't fuck with it. Like both sides are fair. To me, it was dope. The choreography, Kendrick is A1 with the choreography. He's an electric performer. The breath control, rapping, yada 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 was great. I like the music. The obviously the thought piece of the Uncle Sam stuff was dope. But to me, it's also fair to criticize the set list was all GNX. Because if you look at a history of a Super Bowl, what is a Super Bowl? It's always
the generational hits.
Yes, play the generational hits, which Kendrick could have leaned into it. He could have went to Mad City. He could have went to All Right. He could have went to these
Actually,
records.
freestyle would have been fucking crazy.
And and he could have, and he didn't.
Maybe not for the Super Bowl.
Hold on, let me land, because like the thing is that he could have went that way. He could have went that way, and he didn't. So I'm not opposed to anybody that is critiquing that part of it, because that's fair. I don't think the set list was the greatest. I would have snuck in Family Ties. I would have done a whole bunch of different shit. But also, we got to look at who Kendrick is. And Kendrick has always done things unconventional. That's how he got to where he's at. So if you guys expected Kendrick to go in there and just do what he did, or just play the hits, then you haven't been following Kendrick. I literally said on the phone, we talked hours before the Super Bowl, I said he's gonna play something unreleased, whatever. Like he's gonna do something that's like different, because he always does that shit
Against the grain.
So if you like that, you like that. If you don't, you don't. I think it's fair. I also think it's fair to critique the part of the Drake thing, right? Like, how much do you want your legacy to be tied directly to Drake? How much do you want, like, this moment, which is the biggest, I guess, in terms of viewership moment that Kendrick will ever have? Like, it was 133 million people watching, most in Super Bowl, whatever. That is literally the most eyes you'll ever have. Do you really want this moment to be doubling down on, fuck you, Drake, it's your funeral, which is what he did? I'm also fairly critical in that. Like, stand on your own, separate yourself. I'm not opposed to it. I loved it for what it was. I'm happy we got a deep cut like Man in the Garden. I enjoyed I thought the set list picked up at, like, particularly leading into SZA, and then, like, from SZA forward, that was good to me. But again, I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope. I thought it was a good performance. It'll be my favorite because I'm a rap fan. So, like, that's the most rap. That in 2022 with Kendrick, Dr. Dre, and them, those are my favorites. Why? Because that's my shit. So that's where I'm at with it. But I'm fair to the critiques.
My favorite was the Janet Jackson.
You are a clown. You're a clown.
JT, God bless you.
That was fire. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because here's my thing on this, because obviously,
I'm sorry. I want to let you finish. You know that's why YouTube started.
yes,
Was because
that was the reason that they started
because
YouTube.
the guys who
that's what
created it were
popped off.
trying to find the video of Janet Jackson's shit popping out at the Super Bowl, and they couldn't, so they started YouTube. It's literally the reason it
That's
started. Mm-hmm.
100% the reason.
What?
Yeah, swear to God.
Fire.
I know.
They have interviewed multiple times.
That's
and said
real
that's the reason.
gooner shit for real. That is incredible levels of
As
horny
a
right
YouTube
Titty's created the
podcast.
most popular
Justin
social
Timberlake.
media platform in the world.
Yeah, bro. That's fucking
Hey,
crazy.
bro.
Look what titties do for everybody.
If I'm if Justin Timberlake would have came there and been like, I want royalties, or Janet Jackson, either side, don't matter, royalties off of YouTube, off the startup.
Yeah, I swear. All right, Bryce, I'm sorry.
No,
Continue.
you're
I
good.
just
No,
had to get.
because that's actually a good fact.
Yeah.
But obviously, I like the performance. Here's my thing about it, because I know that and we were joking about it before, that terrible ass interview with Ebro and Nadeska
Shot in Nadeska.
on the before Kendrick did the Super Bowl. But he said he wanted to tell a story, and that's one thing I will say I did like about this halftime show. I love the show, for the record. Between, like you talked about, the Dr. Dre one, that one, and the Prince one are probably my top three. But I will say that Kendrick is, like you said, very unconventional. His whole thing was he didn't want to go out there and do a greatest hits. He wanted to tell a story. And he said that. And right now, the whole thing that he's been on is this West Coast kick. And I don't think it's as much about Drake as it is Kendrick has been on this, they're not like us. And it's not just, it goes political, It goes against Drake, obviously. It goes against a
It
lot of
does,
other
it
things.
does, but we know what the main point is.
Listen,
We know what the main point is. Like,
We-
I'll let
I
you,
think
I'll
we
let you
heard
slide
him-
a little bit.
I think we heard him tease "Not Like Us" twice before it was even played.
It was once, yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
But
we
he
all knew
leaned
what we
into-
was here
no.
for. We all
Which-
know what we came
which-
for.
okay,
We all
but
know what
Can I?
he
Can I?
knew
Can I?
what we
hold on.
wanted to
That's
get from.
inevitable.
One second.
So-
One second.
It's inevitable that
Can I
song
shoot
goes
him?
up.
Can I shoot him some bail too? Because if I'm Kendrick and the whole conversation, and we had this for weeks on the podcast, is he gonna play it or is he not going to play it? So he almost kind of got like, because of the lawsuit, because of the noise, he almost got backed in the corner of it was a situation where if he didn't play it, oh you like
It was
why
a-
you bitching
it was a
out?
say you won't-
why
say
you
you won't
bitching out?
do it.
Yeah. say you
Also,
won't
it was
do
never
it.
it was never a question he was not gonna play it. That man just won 5 Grammys for the diss song. He won not just the hip hop Grammys. That man won Song and Record of the Year. That song was gonna get played.
Yeah,
Well,
it
he
was
was a
the
Grammy
biggest
song.
The
last
song
year.
was gonna get played for sure.
Euphoria, I don't think he had to do. Like, but
Definitely didn't.
Yeah.
the vibe of it is great for the Super Bowl. The
I would
beat
have
shit is
done
is
Family
great.
Ties. I would have done Family Ties there.
Yeah,
If you would have started the Super Bowl Euphoria, that's how hype that shit gets started.
I agree.
Yeah, because I mean that shit, like the beat to that really
No,
gets
because
the
if you're
shit
doing
going. but-
unreleased, you're
but-
gonna start there.
Did they do? That's what he did.
That's what he started. Yeah.
But yeah, no. When Euphoria to Serena Williams to Not Like Us, and to him, the little cutscenes where he mentioned the lawsuit and saying a little shit about Drake. It's too much Drake in this Super Bowl.
So-
you know
so
what I'm saying?
that
For
goes
it
back to-
for it to not be the main focus of why everybody's here
So-
and why he's
so-
doing what he's doing.
So
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, that could be again. That's not. I'm not disputing. That's not the focus. He wanted to
Yeah.
have his victory lap on Drake. Listen, 2025
He
is
ended
the
with
year of the
game
hater.
over.
Yeah, 2025 is the year of the hater. Let's be honest. I mean, between Trump being back in office, Kendrick winning 5 Grammys for a diss song, that Super Bowl performance, 2025 is the year of the hater.
Everyone hating.
Everybody hating.
And also too, I want to say too, like the because I'm not gonna get into this because that's a whole nother thing. I saw people I saw videos on both sides talking about the crowd of the Super Bowl. That was a performance that's meant to watch. Like I watched it after we watched it live.
Mm-hmm.
I watched
Same
it
here.
in TV. Yeah, I didn't have the tickets. I don't got it like that. So I watched it here, and then I watched it like again. It's not one, especially a rap performance. Those are almost never gonna go over good live as opposed to watching them. Like for example, you look at fucking all of the Super Bowl history. You got people flying, hanging 250 feet in the air. You got all these other shits.
The performance is made for TV, not
he was
for the live
he was just
performance,
rap,
for sure.
and that's why I enjoyed it. Cause like as a fan of, forget who it was, it could have been Kendrick, could have been whoever. It was about rapping. He played his rapping songs as a rap fan. I enjoyed that part, but I also get everybody. So I get everybody criticizing that. So I want to ask you, when it comes to do you feel it was a mistake for him to kind of like double, triple down on like the Drake part? Because there is that point of like, again, I think it's a fair critique to be like, oh, you have the biggest moment of your career and you are tying it directly to fuck Drake, because that's what he did.
So?
My thing is, okay, so first of all,
How do you feel about that part of it? Go ahead. I'll let him talk.
I was gonna say Drake is one of the biggest artists of our generation. Clearly. The thing is, you're taking this guy and you are literally dissing him live at the Super Bowl. You want that kill shot.
The biggest platform in America.
Biggest platform in America.
Biggest
You have millions of people watching.
What?
What?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, everyone's watching. You got millions of people on this fucking TV tuned in. What better place to do it than that? And end it. Completely end it. Because Drake was always talking about a comeback. Oh, I got more shit coming. This, and that. How do you recover from this?
He did say game 2. He said.
How
all
do you
that,
recover
yeah.
from a
I
Super
do,
Bowl
I
halftime
agree.
show saying "fuck Drake"? Say Drake.
You kind of really don't. But I mean,
Exactly.
being Drake, I don't know. It's kind of like a
What do you mean?
slippery slope. Like recovering from
You can't
This-
recover
from,
from this.
from the Super Bowl halftime show. But damn, what the fuck was I about to say? while I do think it was a W performance, I think that that I think Kendrick halftime show performance wasn't a good fit for a halftime show for a Super Bowl. While it was a good performance, I don't think it was good for a Super Bowl only because, I mean, you know how Super Bowl parties get. Everybody in there, they getting wasted, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was too much of a message trying to get across that people not gonna be trying to figure out at that point in time. And I don't know. I'm probably like the majority. I don't really go back and just watch halftime shows, halftime performances. I don't really give a fuck like that. I heard most of these songs, a trillion times.
Yeah.
Did you
maybe
rewatch
maybe
this
you
one?
could come across a video once in a while, but like
Did you rewatch this one?
Not rewatch this one when
Oh,
it was
yeah,
all on
'cause
my
it was
time.
there. Okay.
Like it was no way I could not see it one more time at least.
But no,
some
that's
sections of it.
again. That gets
I
back
can see
to
what you mean by
that
that. Though.
gets
It's
back
like, but at the same time, that is the best time to get any messaging across that you
Right.
want to because you. So that's
Right.
why it's
It
a
is-
double-edged sword in
It
that
is.
sense.
It is. That's 100% true. But you like when there's people out here saying this sucks for blase blase blah, they should be able to feel that way because the message you're trying to get across is not the point in time for that. Whatever
Yeah.
that message
It's
might
not
be.
gonna hit
You
everybody.
know what I'm saying?
which
But
is
that
why
was-
I shot Bale with the context of it. Is like, look, I'm sitting in here saying I enjoyed it, but I'm totally fair game to anybody that wants to criticize it because, yeah, to be honest, yeah, I heard that. So.
It didn't hurt that much. You
I
just
thought
did.
Kool-Aid Man about to bust.
Oh yeah. But that again. I get it. I get every ounce of criticism you wanna display for the Kendrick Super Bowl performance. I get it. I will say I enjoyed it, but I will always I'm not gonna say you don't get the message or blah 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 because I also understand a Super Bowl party is a bunch of people getting together, getting drunk, and 60% of the people don't give a fuck about the game. They're just there hanging out, chilling. I talked to a good friend of mine, and he was like, yeah, I couldn't even hear what the fuck he was saying. Like we were all drunk, chilling. That's what a Super Bowl party is.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's,
Like Usher last year got everyone was it kept everyone lit through the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like yeah,
but that goes back to me. I was so excited when Rihanna got the Super Bowl, and then I realized
too.
I realized before coming in, I was like, I'm not gonna probably love this because as much as I love Rihanna's music, I don't really love her pop hits.
you're not getting the Rihanna you want.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there through We Found Love and all this stuff, which is the big songs, but for me, that didn't do anything. I liked her consideration with SZA, like those deeper cuts. So I realized like, okay, this isn't gonna be for me. Kendrick would put out Super Bowl, that was for me. The same way that
Shout
when
out
people
SZA too. She smoked.
She
She
smoked
smoked her
SZA
moment.
did great.
That all the stars. Oh my god.
But it goes. I was gonna say just real
I can't
quick.
wait for a tour.
The one thing though, it goes back to the same way that once the Janet Jackson Nipplegate happened, that we had
Nipplegate.
we had fucking Bruce Springsteen and the Eagles and the Who. We had 3 straight old ass white groups, and I'm like, yeah, the Super Bowl halftime show ain't gonna do shit for me right here. So all the people can respect it like this. Yeah, technically it was fine and all that, but for me as a halftime show, it was boring as hell. I didn't care. So for some people, I'm sorry, old white men in America who got real upset about this. Yeah, it wasn't for you. Tough titty.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah, I was about to say that shit too. I was just about to say that shit. I was about to say the same thing. Damn it, bro.
And listen. All I know is that listen, I've been defending Kendrick all week. I feel like I am no longer a Kendrick hater. Listen.
No, you are.
These listen, no, hell
You
no.
are.
Listen,
I saw
no.
what you posted on a story. You're like, this was a generational hater.
That's what that post said. I ain't put no caption
But you
on
shared
that.
it. But you
I
shared
shared it. I been say he was a hater. He
I'm-
just say he was a hater.
I'm
I was
convinced-
like,
That's undeniable.
everybody know he a hater. I ain't saying
I'm
nothing that's
convinced
not known.
Rod has
Let's say I'm the
transitioned.
biggest hater.
He's the biggest hit. Yeah. Bro.
That's why I'm sorry, bro. If you want to say Kendrick lost off of one bar and one bar alone in the rap beef and said I don't got a hate bone in my body, if you would have just threw everything Kendrick said out the window off that fucking bullface lie, I'd have give it to you. I would have gave it to you. Like
The biggest hater.
Yeah, the Drake says we're trying to fight it, but what Kendrick said, I don't got a hate and bone in my body. I was like, hey, bro, Kendrick, dog. Like,
Listen. These girls at my job.
He almost died.
These girls at my job, right? They sitting there talking about the halftime show. They're like, yeah, that Kendrick halftime show. That shit was the worst thing I ever seen. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, damn, for real. I'm like, why you ain't like it? It was just like, it was just terrible. Like compared to Rihanna's and Usher, I'm like, well, what did he do different than Rihanna and Usher besides not sing? Well, the cut scenes, this, that. What cut scenes are you talking about? Like, he literally
It was just a
walking
performance.
around, singing on the mic, rapping, dancing, just like all the rest of them did. That's
Also,
why.
Peekaboo was one of the funniest moments of that whole
Oh,
season.
Yeah, when he
Bro,
popped out like that.
No, Peekaboo was my favorite
Yeah.
part. I ain't gonna lie. When he popped up in that camera, I said, holy shit. Nigga, I was scared. I said, dog, this the boogeyman for
That's
real.
the real boogeyman shit. That's the real boogeyman shit, bro. I swear.
Like, where the fuck this nigga come from, bro?
Think about it, I seen the ghost.
That shit was funny as
Nah,
hell.
that shit was hard. Listen,
No,
That's as much as he
That's what I'm saying.
hates,
From
you gotta admit, he's
Peekaboo
funny as hell, bro.
From
and
Peekaboo
Peekaboo, my
Forward
favorite. That's
was
my favorite
crazy.
song off the album. And I'm glad that he rapped AZ Chike. That's the name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad he rapped his
And
verse.
his reaction
That
for
shit
it, too. You
Yeah,
see it?
his whole family was watching it, and he didn't know if it was gonna be like his verse in it or whatever. And then Kendrick actually rapped, and his whole family
Right,
fucking
surprise,
tripped.
bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, he went in,
Hey,
too,
listen,
on that mug.
And whoever said rappers change, don't be dancing lying, because that nigga shit was hitting. Oh, God. That bitch was hitting. I swear to God.
I just want to throw in.
Hey, you
because,
buying it? You buying into the
No.
theories on the A chain?
No.
I'm not either.
No,
I thought-
it's the
I
PG.
thought he
It's
had
the
that from
PG
me.
Lang
It's a
logo.
PG Lang, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a
But-
PG Lang A, but like I never seen just the A and be like, oh, that's PG Lang.
I ain't know what that
never-
was.
That's immediately where my head went, because I knew that I saw what the A
dead
looked
cousin
like.
first initial or some shit. I'm like, all right, bet. It's
Okay,
still sweet.
respect.
It's still sweet.
I didn't know. I didn't
Okay,
know.
I
No, I don't know what it's for.
gotta
I was
work
just
this in.
That's why I'm thinking like it's like mean some
You
shit.
try to shoot some
I just started missing.
because I didn't see that A and go, oh yeah, that's a PG Lang.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
gotta
the
work
lasagna
this
right
in.
there. That's the A in lasagna.
What up?
Okay, so
Silence.
last night I'm on FaceTime with my mom and my brother. Right, shout out Jared. That most of y'all know my mom. She's
Shout out
silly as
Jared,
hell.
that best
We
stand-up
started talking
comedian
about the
there ever
halftime
was.
show. She goes, "You know what? I think Drake's a fucking imposter." I was like, "Whoa, hold on." I
That's
was like, "Okay, hold up." And we start going, and me and John are like, "Bro, like we're Drake fans." Like, no, Drake with da. Like we're defending Drake, and she's like, well, Kendrick had Serena Williams crip walking on stage. And my 68-year-old mother said this to me on FaceTime last night. I was, dude, what the fuck? The whole world is upside down at the moment, bro.
Yo,
I got
hey.
Jerry telling me about that, talking about crip walking.
I will say-
it's 10 times funnier knowing her accent.
I
Like,
know.
the accent she has, because God bless her soul, her accent has never left her.
Yeah, she's,
I will say, bro.
well, Serena Williams was crip walking on stage.
Remember when I
The-
told you
25 year
my,
the hater.
my grandma literally called to watch Kendrick Lamar's halftime show.
Bro.
My grandma, my foreign ass grandma.
It's people now who are just literally I've heard people who I've never known them to know Kendrick Lamar. Like they tell me, like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what are you doing watching this shit for, bro? Yo, all that. No, I'm not like Kendrick Lamar has putting people on that you would have never thought would listen to his stuff.
I know, yeah, it is pretty funny.
We was lit at your place at the pop-out. Oh, that was a good time.
Oh yeah.
was a good
The
time.
pop up was great.
But yeah,
You ain't
seeing
invite
the
me, though,
reach
so
of this is
fuck
pretty
you,
funny.
nigga. Yeah.
You went,
I may not know you at the time,
next
but the
time out, you're coming,
that
bro.
sentiment's symbolic. Fuck you too.
my bad, bro.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think the biggest L of that performance was Serena Williams. I ain't gonna lie.
It was
She
weird.
was in that bitch
I have
looking.
to agree with you
looking
on that.
dumb as hell. She was looking dumb as hell.
I
That
like
shit
the
was
fact that
cringy
he
as
brought
hell
her
seeing
out,
Griff
but
walk
it was
out.
just
I'm
kinda
like,
random.
She looked like she was stepping on a
thing,
roach.
though.
Like,
What I've thought about with this is like the thing is what he did. I think that was a stupid move because obviously we know what he's doing, but he has the track coverage of saying, well, she is from Compton. So he could.
he had the blanket.
He knew
Like,
that.
your
He
generation
knew
was
that
like,
that
if
could
If you
blanket
brought
it.
DeRozan out,
But
all right,
we know what he's doing.
If you bring out a bitch out there smacked already, like come on, like you're losing, and you call me a pedo. She older than me. That's looking real crazy. Out
okay,
here.
okay.
You
well,
know what?
hold on.
Well,
No,
you know the
let's-
reason why they
let's
the
play-
coverage though
let's
is
play-
from her doing that against Maria Sharapova in the
I ain't trying to
2012
I ain't trying to hear no tennis shit.
I ain't trying to
I ain't trying to hear no tennis shit.
She is not go up there and crip walk for no
I'll go-
goddamn tennis match from 20 years
I'll-
ago. I don't give a fuck if she said that out
Oh,
her
yeah,
mouth.
she
She
did.
capping, nigga. She capping, nigga. She there to hate on Drake with the rest of them.
Hey.
It's fine. I ain't got no problem with
Hey,
that.
stick-
Just let it be known.
Stick with
Let
me.
it be known.
Stick with me. Stick with me here. When it comes to the crib walking, obviously Drake took the shots at her husband. You think her husband's like, yo, get him back? what do you, I just want the husband's reaction in that, because I've seen Twitter divided about that. Twitter was like, oh, you know, she getting him back for his husband, and I saw the other half being like, yo, what kind of bitch shit you sent your girl out to get revenge? I seen both sides of it. I just want to know where the podcast lies. Let me see.
Listen,
in 2012.
Listen, if
in the
Serena,
London Olympics.
if she really wanted to make up for that, listen, I forgot what award show she was at. It was either ESPYs or some shit like that. She could have been up in them pumps, quip walking, break dance, or whatever she wanted to, then and there, because it was way after that shit happened. So we all know that she was there for Drake.
Hey, don't
Let's
take
be
my
for
mic
real.
yet.
'Cause I seen her on stage.
nigga, I ain't
on stage
finished.
at one of them award shows. I can't remember what it was.
Nobody's denying it, but I'm saying
He's denying it.
I wanna-
That's what
I'm not
saying.
denying
He's
it, but what I'm
Oh,
telling you
you
is
are
though.
denying it.
No, I'm not denying it. What I'm saying though is
it's not no tennis
he's
beef.
denying
It's
it.
not no tennis beef.
the whole thing
I
about
promise you.
just real quick. So back in 2012, she had beat Maria Sharapova after the whole back and forth. She beat her at the Wimbledon Olympics.
This did
And
happen.
what happened was, after she did it, there was a big.
I ain't trying to hear that.
There's a big group of people who tried to
I'm gonna let you finish.
that tried to steal the gold medal from her, saying that she shouldn't have done it after the fucking match was over.
This did happen.
This did happen. So now, of course, she gonna crip walk on Drake grave. That's all I'm saying.
But like Drake,
No,
but the
I
thing
wanna
is,
know-
There for Drake.
this
That's
is
all I
bad,
need to
yeah.
know.
I
That's
wanna-
all I was saying.
I
She's
wanna
there
know-
for Drake.
both of y'all are
Whether
not
she
wrong,
crip
bro.
walk or not.
I
You know what
want
I'm
to know
saying? That's probably the
I wanna
only
know the
dance move she
conversation
know.
with the husband.
Besides busting the
That's
tennis
all
racket.
I give a fuck about. I want the conversation with the husband. The conversation with the husband. Do you
Yo,
think he was like? Get him, babe? Or do you think he was like? Or do you think he felt away?
dude, he's with Serena Williams. He's not worried about anything that goes on within that bullshit.
He's not
Drake.
insecure about Drake.
Fuck no, he don't care.
Okay. All right.
If I'm with Serena Williams, you really think I'm gonna give a fuck?
We're not the podcast for this. We're not the podcast. Everybody, close the thoughts on Super Bowl performance. Anything.
Great
What
performance.
you loved, what you hated.
Amazing.
Oh shit! Oh, who was that? I don't think we heard that nigga all day. Hey, that was just a question mark voice right there. We trying to figure out who that is.
That motherfucker gets paid by the minute. It's all good.
That nigga just popped up out the dark.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
He had more to say about a sandwich earlier than this halftime
See,
show. I
you see how he curled his toes when he was talking?
the sandwich hit different.
I'll never forget
This man
all the
picking up an
OG
iPhone with his damn
OG listeners of the podcast. Go back to the first 2 episodes. This motherfucker.
Man, you
Anything
could've
that
picked up an iPhone with them toes. He was like,
picked up an iPhone.
you remember the
I'm
great.
telling you.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yo,
All
let's
right,
get into
all right,
that
all right,
Drake
man.
album,
All right,
bro.
man. That Drake album. We spent
Man.
enough time. All right.
Shit.
Yeah,
Ass,
yeah.
son. Nah.
This is where I pass the mic this way. I don't know.
No, I passed the mic.
Give
back.
me a hug. Gonna be the best song of 2025.
What
What's
the
that?
fuck?
Yeah, chill.
Which one? No, which one you say?
Give me a hug.
Where my hug at?
Yeah, relax.
Oh,
Where my hug
uppies?
at?
Uppies.
Like,
Hey.
can I have uppies?
Wait until the solo album. Why the fuck? Who
Where
cares?
my
He
hug
dropped
at
a party
kinda
next
work,
party next
depend
door.
on the climate. Depend on the climate. It
The
works.
solo album gonna be crazy.
Did you hear it? Have you heard it?
Of course I did.
Drake's gonna be back.
What did you
you
think
did.
about it?
1201. You had the whole album review.
Bro, I look like the leader.
Because I've never heard of it. I haven't heard the
You
shit.
ever heard it?
I heard it.
Sit back and just wait for the criticism. You'll see. What
I just want to know who heard it, bro. What y'all think about it?
I liked
Shout out our bottle girl.
it was just you
Yikes.
know what you're gonna get from Drake and Party Next Door. You already know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the same song over and over, so it's good.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
good.
forgot Party Next Door was on that record.
Oh,
No, that was a
No, he
problem.
wasn't. He
That was the problem. He kept
was?
showing up.
he don't give me a hug.
No, he's not gonna give me a
No,
hug.
he's not gonna give me a hug. That was the problem with the album, though. Is he kept showing up.
I swear.
He kept.
That was mainly a Party Next Door album.
It is. I mean, obviously, people don't label
Contractually?
it a Drake fucking album just because Drake the biggest artist. But dog, I fucking hate Party Next Door, dog.
I can't stand
That
it.
nigga's like a Ty Dolla $ign Jr. Like dead ass. Like I could not listen to that shit all
Okay.
day.
I even like Ty Dolla $ign. It's Party Next Door to me. Just he just doesn't fit. There's
No.
not-
The problem
He
is
has
with
not
Party
been
to
on
me,
something.
he's a one trick
It's
pony.
talent.
He really doesn't have a lot of depth. Like and like not that there's not inherently anything wrong with that, but his specific style gets played out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
That's the thing. You can only make a recognized so many damn times in a row before it gets fucking outdated. Like,
Right.
Yeah, take the damn mic.
Yeah,
I know.
You're
My
the,
bad.
Listen.
you're the quietest
My
person talking
bad.
about.
My bad.
We all already heard "Come See Me." We don't need to hear that 37 more thousand times.
Exactly. That's it. I
That's
said
his
that
only-
exactly because
The only note.
the
Hold on.
the thing, my opinion with this Drake album is that I feel like it's all, and I didn't hate like there's a good handful of songs I actually like, but the thing is like it's nothing we haven't heard from Drake before.
So he's basically doing what Kendrick told him to do.
Essentially,
But-
yeah, he said he likes it on the sicker shit now when he acts up.
Only reason I'm gonna shoot him some bail though, cause it's like love album type shit. So it's only X amount of shit you're gonna talk about when it comes to relationships or whatnot. But to me, it's just like Party just like really be killing a lot of the vibe. Like I don't know, he just hop on there and say a whole lot of
Nothing.
freaky.
So
nothing.
Party,
Yeah.
so Party.
I think Party just ruined the album. Every most of the Drake verses I heard on there, I fucked with.
So the album
Yeah.
was for the hoes until Party showed up.
So party scared the hoes.
Hey, that shit party down the street, bro. That ain't even party next door
Hold
no
on.
more.
If I could just change the line real quick, in the words of Kanye, instead of J. Cole, play Party Next Door, make the pussy dry.
Or you remember Metro Boomin was like, I love this J. Cole album. Every time I can't sleep, I put it on and I get knocked out instantly.
Oh no.
Dog, Party Next Door is NyQuil. Is NyQuil.
Dude, I did not know that.
I think
I'm gonna just sit and listen to it. I really
Yeah,
do.
no, I
Just
fuck
need
with
So-
it.
to
Sit and
do a
listen to, like, two or
his
three
due
pieces.
diligence.
Give me a hug, Brian Steele.
Crying and Chanel wasn't bad.
What's some?
Give me a
What's
hug.
some?
is
I
fire.
forgot what.
I really like Die Trying. The one that's like kind of like a guitar beat with Yebba. I like that song a lot. That's my favorite off the album.
Mothballs was good.
I
We'll
hate
talk
that
about
fucking
that.
name though.
Yeah,
I
that's-
hate the word. Naming the
and
song
Party Next Door
Mothballs is
Bro,
crazy.
all the names in bro, Crying and Chanel, Give Me a Hug, Mothballs, like bro, these just nah.
What's
Then
wrong
they-
with Crying in Chanel?
That just bro, that just makes Drake even
okay.
lower at this
So
point.
so that's
Like-
so that's the thing. We can't afford Chanel, but Crying in Chanel seems like some bitch shit. But then what you're gonna say is, oh, at least they could get into Chanel. It's like, well, that's not the point. The point is crying in Chanel, like the title. Like the title of it sounds bitch shit. And then what people will defend it with, which I seen, like the Drake people, I literally seen this tweet go back and forth, is like, oh, you can't afford Chanel. It's like, no, that's not the point, dog. The point is, I don't care where I'm at. I'm not crying in a fucking store over a girl.
But I think
I'm not crying in a store over a girl.
no,
Is that the
no,
point of the song?
I don't think he's saying
No,
crying in the
just
store. I think he's
specifically
saying
the title.
crying wearing
Specifically the
Chanel.
title.
It's just when you
That's
look
why
at
I'm confused.
when you
Like,
look at
it's
the
just-
title,
it just say
that's
Crying
just
in Chanel. Like it don't say
I'm
crying in Chanel.
I'm just going.
I think we
I'm
should
going-
all
and-
just
and
take some
also,
time to
I'm
listen to
going
this
off the
album.
tweets. I'm going off tweets.
No,
It's supposed to be
yeah.
in the economy of like
Sounds like we don't know what the
opulence
fuck
and
this song
still
is
emotion.
about.
I think he's talking about crying wearing Chanel, not being at the outlet store. Or fucking
No,
whatever,
it's,
you know,
it's
like-
supposed to be like opulence still messed with like emotion. Like that's
Okay,
the whole point of
opulence.
it.
You're gonna have to explain that for the viewers.
Rich
That's
shit.
my favorite Transformer,
Rich shit.
Opulence Prime.
This motherfucker too smart over here.
No, but I mean, I think that also it kind of plays on, like the old school say, like of like, I mean, it's like they say money doesn't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a Bentley type
That's
of
what I'm
thing.
thinking, like, that
yeah,
type
that's
shit,
like what
like,
that's what I
why-
think.
why does that
I
sound
didn't
like some
I
bitch
didn't
shit?
really think anything of that title.
Like that
yeah.
don't sound like nothing.
Yeah,
They make it seem
money doesn't
like-
buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a
seen
Bentley.
I seen the title be divisive. Now let me say this. Let me get my shit off when it comes to this Drake album. Look, I'm here to take
You
a
need a
victory
moment.
lap. I'm here to take a victory lap because I
Oh
told
yeah,
y'all.
me too. I got a victory lap. You know.
I told y'all. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I told y'all we was gonna miss Drake. I told you we was gonna miss Drake.
I wasn't even looking forward to
And
this
what
album.
amplified this was sitting next to Scrub like Party Next Door. But like Drake
That's what I
did
was thinking, too.
Drake did his thing with this. And full disclosure, I have never read, like, if you scroll down, I'm an Apple Music guy. I know Spotify, whatever. If you scroll down to the bottom, I never seen no legal jargon about how this album was distributed longer than that. If you look at this shit, someone pull up your phone. My phone's the one recording.
You said on Apple?
On Apple. Pull up that shit. That shit is a paragraph,
Oh,
dog.
shit.
That shit is a paragraph.
Okay, hold on. I'll read it.
Read it.
Because normally it's like pretty short and sweet. Registered 2025 OVO sound under exclusive license to Santa Ana Label Group and OVO under exclusive license to Republic Records, a division of UMG Recordings.
That was a lot.
That
was a lot.
That's a lot going on there.
So
that's why you gotta know it,
Yeah.
Normally just say OVO Records. Done.
So look, I'm not a party next door guy.
Nobody is.
I also think there's way better R&B being made right now. Again, shout out Mariba. But I get it. Like, Drake shined in his moments. Give Me a Hug, Rain on Houston. He had a couple of joints on here where I liked it. I really liked what Drake was doing. I felt so good about Drake having that defiance and Give Me a Hug. Again, I don't want Drake to be like apathetic to what happened. I don't want him to play the victim. Drake is always at his best when he is a villain. When he is kicking on you while you are down. When he is stepping on you while you're trying to make your way. That is the best Drake that we ever get. And
Well, we ain't getting it no more.
I don't want to hear Drake. What's that?
So we're not getting it no more.
No, that's
The
what
man
that record
sued.
gave me. That record gave me. I feel you.
Like
That's twofold. You're right. But I like that Drake came with the animosity that came with Give Me a Hug. I felt like personally, I thought perception wise, again, I said this on the last pod, it was gonna be perceived worse than Honestly Nevermind, and it was gonna sell half as much as Certified Lover Boy. So I was somewhere around the ballpark of $250K, which is like 40% of what Certified Lover Boy sold. I thought that's what this is gonna be. I will say this got better reception than I thought it did.
I don't think that Drake will have an album that's perceived as bad as Honestly Nevermind. Like when that dropped, because like you can say what you will about it, but
I ain't gonna lie, For All the Dogs was way worse.
yeah, I mean,
then
that
then
dropped,
honestly,
I
never
think
mind.
that album sucks.
That's actually what.
Honestly, Nevermind. A lot of people was like.
No, I disagree. On
They
that.
knew that it was like an experimental type album, so it was like if you like
You give him a little slack, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that also with this album is that the Drake that we have, like the 2025 Drake that we have right now, is like it does kind of feel like he's stuck in the For All the Dogs, because there's eras of Drake. You can tell you listen to any given Drake song, you can almost pinpoint the fucking year that it was made, and it's like I feel like we're still stuck in For All the Dogs
Even if
right
it's
now in a
unreleased,
way.
you can know when it was.
Yeah, but it feels like we're stuck in For All the Dogs at the moment. You know what I mean? And that's
So
what
I feel
To
like
me,
For All
that
the
shows
Dogs, though, I
evolution.
think people are hitting on it way more than
That
it-
shows
like,
evolution.
it was not that bad.
For a lot of people,
I
who like
didn't-
to
I
argue
wasn't a
that,
fan
that
of
Drake
it.
always
I
said
didn't
this,
hate
that, and the
it.
third, and you can
I wasn't
pinpoint
mad.
eras of music off unreleased
Right.
songs.
Yeah, no, that's big influence for sure.
No, for sure. That's
evolution.
evolution.
Oh,
yeah.
evolution.
You're right,
Yeah.
you're right
Oh,
on
for
that.
sure.
It's evolution for Drake, and the whole
Yeah.
thing about this one to me is, I think that Drake kind of tried to go back to what he knew he was gonna have as a comfort zone.
He did have some So Far Gone melodies.
He
He
Got
did
the
have.
cut. He knew that.
He had some So Far Gone melodies. I'm not gonna lie.
Drake
A little
knows
bit.
when Drake hits you with the melodies, no matter what you want to
He
talk
wasn't
about,
trying to act tough.
him trying to be again. I don't want to just quote the Kendrick thing,
I know.
but
I'm just talking shit.
But at the same time, Drake knows on the melody how the fuck to hit it. Drake still knows how to make a fucking record at the end of the day. The man didn't just lose that. The man knows how to make some fucking music.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
doesn't
you don't
go
want to hear
anywhere.
him tough talking it like that.
So I feel like when it came to this album, again, I was
I knew that was coming.
I like this. This is a bottom tier Drake album for me. but it's also better than honestly Nevermind for All the Dogs and all that bullshit
No.
that he's
It's
been
not better than
dropping.
For All the
It's
Dogs.
not.
Bro, I did that replay.
It's not better than Certified Lover Boy, but it's better than Dark Lane Demo. It's better than Honestly Nevermind. It's better
Oh,
than For All
get
the
It's
the
Dogs.
not better
fuck
than Dark
outta here,
Lane
bro.
for sure. It's for sure not better than Dark Lane, and it's for sure not
Dark
better than Honestly
Lane.
Nevermind.
I got
Or For All
the
the
fuck.
Dogs.
No,
I
Dude,
got-
I can't even give it For All the
I
Dogs.
got
This
more-
might be the worst
I
Drake
put
project.
it on like the same level as For All the Dogs, kind
Bro.
of. It's
For All the Dogs, that shit aged like wine. I'm not gonna lie.
Like
That shit aged
wine?
Like wine.
Like
For
wine?
sure. When I first heard it, I thought that shit.
Not
was
like
good.
not like
I ain't gonna lie,
not like
honestly, never
hamburger
mind.
meat where you only got
Honestly,
like 2
never
days before it's bad.
No, chill. Listen.
oh my god, bro.
He said,
Oh fuck, man.
Yo.
You had that in the
Real
bag.
quick,
You had
man.
that in the bag.
Bro.
Yeah, let him win.
Stop.
Let him win.
Stop.
Oh my
Let him
God.
win. Clear the runway.
Holy shit.
Listen, when For All the Dogs first dropped, that shit sounded like absolute. And I think it was because of expectations everybody had due to whatever y'all said, whatever Drake said, whatever. But I think what we expected from it is why it was so fucking trash. But when you actually take away the stigma of what you thought it was gonna be and just listen to like most of the songs on there, bro, shit is fire, bro. I'm telling you, like fucking BBL
Love that.
bro.
I love
that
that.
shit is fire.
Yeah.
okay, I was gonna
Fucking,
say that was the main
Only
skip for
remember
me.
Outside.
Another late night.
That was a skip for me.
Another
I like
late night.
Virginia Beach.
Another late night was
Virginia
good.
Beach was straight.
Virginia Beach was a skip.
8 a.m.
Really?
That's
Obviously,
crazy.
I ain't gotta say that.
Another late night is a fucking.
Another Late Night
It's a
banger.
banger. It's
Away
one of my
from-
favorite music videos.
Oh,
also,
That
the
shit
one,
hard.
the one that I wanted to
The
like,
chain?
but I didn't.
with the chain,
Drew
yeah, bro.
Picasso.
You know I've been
I
geeking
wanted to
about
like
that
it.
forever.
I
yeah.
wanted to like
So
it,
dope.
but I can't.
All the parties with Chief Keef, fire. The one song that sampled Chief Keef, I think it's
7969 Santa.
Yeah, that song fire.
Away from home.
I said that, yeah.
Oh,
like
did
I
you?
said, like a lot of songs on there really aged well, and then when he threw the deluxe on there, it just topped it off for me.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Evil
my-
Ways.
Here's my question for you.
Good point.
Because when I think about this album that just dropped, I don't try to compare it to like For All the Dogs or Certified Lover Boy. I'm trying to compare
I'm
it more
comparing
so
it in
to
Drake's
like.
discography.
I'm not trying to
But-
compare his
That's my
discography
top
because I
Drake
feel like
album.
Drake's discography has a wide range of things. I'm thinking of this more like how does it compare to like the playlist? What was it? The one with
More life.
yeah, More Life. Like more where Drake is trying to do more softer R&B tip
Top
stuff.
three.
I'm not comparing it to For All the Dogs or Certified Lover Boy or even Scorpion because those are different albums to me.
It's just the fact that you hit on More Life and Dark Lane demo tapes. That's crazy.
Bro, dark, bro. And then, oh my god, the
Me
hit
and
for
Dorado
Dark
will,
Lane don't even
me
make
and
sense to
Dorado
me,
will
bro.
stand on that shit.
Bro,
Dark Lane
Dark
demo
Lane,
tapes
bro.
is fire.
I'll
When to say
let that fly,
when.
but I always gotta jump to the fucking defense of More Life. That's the top probably 2 Drake album for. That's probably
That's a good album too.
No,
But-
nothing was the same in that, or probably my favorites.
Y'all
Yeah.
got it. Bad.
Y'all got it.
Listen,
Yeah, you clearly you don't.
I think Dark Lane is like the most upper mid tier
Even to
Drake album that Drake got for sure.
Even to
Upper but mid, upper
Tootsie
but
Slide, I don't even like that
Clearly
song,
not
honestly.
the only one.
But Tootsie Slide, fucking When to Say When, Chicago Freestyle, Time Flies, fucking War, like bro.
Landon.
I honestly think I may have liked that album more if it wasn't for Tootsie Slide. That song is just so bad to me.
That's just some TikTok shit. Like,
Yeah,
And
that's
I-
just
sometimes
a
you gotta
TikTok
get with the program.
I've said on the
man.
pod
You wanna-
too is that Dark
But see,
Lane has one of
that's-
my favorite
that's-
one of my favorite Drake intros. The Deep Pockets. That shit is
Deep,
fucking.
oh yeah, Deep
That
Pockets.
shit is
Deep
so
Pockets
hard.
is
Deep
one of his
Pockets?
best.
No,
intros.
but that's
You don't
that's
like
what.
I mean, I'm not a
That's
big,
all
I'm not a
the-
huge
that's all
fan of
the
the album, but I
podcast. Me and
love.
you gotta lock in
that's
for a
all.
whole
I
nother
look at
We'll
a
have
couple
extra
of them.
episode
on that. Yeah,
You already
we
know.
got lock in a whole nother extra episode because the
Matter
way
of fact, I'll
the way
be
that
here
is.
tomorrow. It's like, no.
No,
Wait, can I ask
fuck
a
no.
question real quick?
Fuck no, you won't. What?
Can I ask a question real quick? Let me see what everyone says. Drake's got his R&B guy. He got Party Next Door. Kanye's got his R&B guy.
Ty Dolla Sign
Ty Dolla Sign.
smokes, stomps on the boots of Party Next Door.
Which one do you prefer?
Party Next
Ty,
Door.
Ty Dolla Sign looks at the dirt on his shoe and he's like, "Damn, bro, I got some
Only
Party
one
Next
answer
Door
this.
on me. Let me get that shit off real quick."
So
I will
Ty Dolla Sign
happily
clears-
admit Ty
clears
Dolla Sign.
Party Next door.
I got Party Next
Ty
Door.
Dolla Sign.
I give it to Ty Dolla
stumps
Sign.
I
off.
got Party
Fuck.
Next Door because I
Yeah.
feel like Party Next Door kind of
Hell
know
yeah.
how to.
Ty Dolla Sign got me.
Birdie.
I think you know how to fit
Birdie.
in I think you know how to fit in songs better than Ty Dolla Sign. Like Ty Dolla Sign, like I said, like he just kind of he got that sound to him to where like it just don't really fit everything. Like when he was on Carnival, like he wasn't necessarily sounding like no freak ass bull, but like he just a freak ass bull. So it just be like I
think-
kind of always hear it.
I think
Okay,
the best
okay,
of Ty
but
Dolla
count-
Sign.
Party Next Door, I think he flowed
the
better
best-
on
But
songs.
counter, when is Party Next Door good?
I don't know. Wednesday night interlude is better than
Yeah.
almost any song I heard from.
I was gonna say
Ty Dolla
like
Sign, personally.
his feature and like Preach is fucking fan. I like the times that he's like featured on a Drake album is good, you know. But
I feel like
no,
he'd make a great Waffle House employee.
Ty Dolla Ty Dolla Sign, like his like real. I still think. I mean, the best era of him was like that 2014 fucking Mustard fucking beat. You know, that whole era and that he was. That was when I really liked Ty Dolla Sign. I don't love him in all contexts, but in that context, in that West Coast kind of club type of shit, I really like him.
I will stand.
Like,
I think Ty Dolla Sign is leaps and bounds way better than P&D.
like
Yeah.
Paranoid
I
and
will
shit.
say
Come
that
on,
Free
man.
TC
Come on.
is
I'm
better.
not having.
I say
I'm
the
not
worst-
having no
No,
Party
the
Next Door
difference
Ty Dolla
is-
Sign
the
conversation.
difference
The worst of Free TC was better than the highest of P&D.
The difference is one has a couple
Those were some
bangers, the other
acronyms.
one has
That sounded
multiple
I
bangers
gotta listen to
Yeah.
TC.
that people still listen to this day.
And I do gotta shout out Ty Dolla Sign because one of the funniest album names of all time is featuring Ty Dolla Sign is the name of the
Yeah.
album. That's so fucking funny.
After
because
he went on
just that
fucking
And
he
that's
was
my-
the feature artist.
And that's my favorite album by him,
I
bro.
think-
That
and,
shit go
but,
in.
But I just think
I like
that's so
3TC.
funny that that's so self-aware to name an album that. Like that's I think that's so funny.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know no solo Ty Dolla Signs that's like that I like at least. That's like really fire like that. Like at least like at the beginning of Party Next Door shit like fucking
Yeah, P1 and P2
Recognize,
and
like,
and,
all that
fucking
shit.
Come and See Me. And,
Yeah.
Beach
Alright,
House
so-
2, Beach House 3, Free TC,
So-
all fire.
Let's not get too far off track. So let's project here, because at this point, there's no projections on what Drake's and Party Next Door album will do first week, reception, all of that. Where you guys at with it? What do you guys think first week numbers are?
It's gonna
We-
do
we
less than
talked about
100K.
it. Less than 100K?
Yes.
I will
No.
put
you
my
want to put your money on
house.
that? Do you
You
want
see how
to
excited he got?
I will put my house.
It's
You
a
can-
it's
Plenty
a
will
P-
move out. You can move in.
you can move in if he does less than 100K, and I will pay your rent.
I think it's gonna do less than 100. I'm being honest with you.
He don't mean that.
But
really-
but
you
but
really
but
don't mean
but
that.
if Drake does more than 100K,
150,
if Drake
150.
if Drake
It's on
does
one or
if
150.
Drake does more than 100K, then you gotta sit here and never complain
When
about
the
a
fuck did I make a
podcast
bet?
time.
When the fuck did I make
Hey,
a bet?
I think
I'm making a bet right
hey,
now.
look, I think it'll be around 200K at least.
I think it's probably still gonna be more.
I
than
think
that.
you're tripping.
I think 250.
Everyone's
I,
gonna go
I
listen
think
to it,
250 is.
I think it'll do more.
I got
than 100.
225.
At least, bro. He's not gonna. Come on.
I don't have a specific number. I'm just gonna say to go back at that though. You know that the fact that everybody listened
Let's
to it
see.
enough that we talking about it
Let's see.
means that it did enough numbers
and
where
that's-
everybody knows about it. It's
What I
gonna
say
be-
on the last pod is that the first week sales are going to reflect exactly like they're gonna be good. I think there's gonna be a severe drop.
Are
That's
they-
what
going
I'm
forward.
calling. I
but
think the
I think
problem
the
is gonna
first
be
week
hard
sales are
too.
going to be.
But
up there.
are they though?
you're
Are they
not-
gonna be? Okay,
not
so
CLB shit.
no, yeah. Good to Drake standard is what I'm asking.
No, but good for the standard of any artist in the industry.
Right,
But you
right,
also
right.
have to
Because
understand-
because 200K, anybody not named Drake, you're doing backflips like 200. Hell,
That's a great first week sales.
70K. You're doing backflips. You're doing backflips. Most artists, 200K for Drake. Are you satisfied with that return?
I mean,
I am.
200 plus.
Numbers don't satisfy me no matter what. I don't give a fuck. But like, yeah, I mean,
Well, Drake is the numbers guy.
I'm looking at 250. I don't. If
I
is he
think
satisfied?
I think 250 as well.
Is he satisfied? Probably not. But I mean, the thing is, everyone's tapping in because he's also been the talk of everything. Like everybody's tapped into this. You know what I mean? Like that is no matter what, everyone's listening. Whether you're listening to hate on,
Okay.
they're listening.
I don't.
You
Okay.
might fuck around and do
That's
300,000.
that's what I want to point off.
And
I would say like 320 is probably my cap.
Absolute max.
I would say definitely, which is like less than half of what CLB did. For me, I'm looking at this as a case study, and I'm looking at it from the perspective of the fact of like, think about this. We saw all the things of like, oh, he stole Freddie Gibbs' album cover. Oh, he did this and that.
No, not the Freddie Gibbs
so-
thing was the triple
Hold on,
S's.
huh? Yes. I'm gonna explain that.
well, I was gonna say before you get into that real quick, just because I have the number right here, what do you guys think? Just let's see who's closest. The first day streaming numbers were.
First day.
Streaming
Oh,
numbers.
I'm bad at that.
Or sales.
Wasn't it
Streaming numbers.
like 90 million, 94 million?
Yeah, I was gonna say
I have
I was
no
gonna
idea.
say upper
93.4
80s, upper
or some
80s.
shit.
Yeah, that's not a metric.
So like,
I really
I'll go
have a good read on.
I'll go 86.
On the album, on the
I'll go
on the
86.
P&D on the P&D Drake album, right?
Yeah,
His first day stream sales.
I'll go 86.
Was it like 93 million?
I think it was like 90 something.
94.
It was the second highest debut of 2025. It was 56.6. It fell only behind the Weeknd's "Hurry Up Tomorrow," which started at 57.9.
Well, Weekend is.
Which
yeah,
that's, I
different
mean,
beast.
the thing is, I feel like
Yeah.
the numbers, like,
dude, no,
when
that
you try and
shit is going under
compartmentalize
250.
How big of a number
That's
that
going
actually
under 250.
is. Like, because you're like, oh, 57 when you're projecting that, but 57 million fucking people listening on one day, that's a lot. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that is a lot, but that's going under 250.
But
I
are
don't
peop-
think it's
are
going much
people
under.
buying-
I think
I don't
like
know.
230.
Are people buying
It
the album,
also
though?
broke
You have
Apple Music's single day numbers, though. So while the streaming numbers were not
Apple Music
great,
is small.
Apple Music is smaller, but it did
Apple
break
Music
Apple
is
Music's.
this room.
Yeah,
plus
see,
like 5
I have
people.
no good read
I'm
on,
pretty
like,
sure that you make up actually a third of Apple
streaming
Music
sales
streams.
per day, or in streaming per day. I don't have a good read on that. Album sales, I can get behind. I don't really know what's
So-
like realistic for.
Yeah,
It was Valentine's Day, so,
so-
people weren't necessarily.
And I can tell you, me and my loved one was not setting the mood with some second.
with where my hug at.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, number one,
You want
no one
Brandon
is
Chanel?
going to be buying this trash album. This
No,
shit was
she
garbage.
definitely
I'm being
wasn't.
straight up honest with you.
She'd be
Number
lucky to
two,
step
the
in
Super
Chanel.
Bowl was trending. Drake got dissed live at the Super Bowl during halftime. Kendrick is still trending. I don't see this doing over 150. I'm sorry. I don't.
So you saying his name being mentioned at all the places,
All
everybody
everywhere.
listening and watching, but nobody's about to.
It's not gonna
listen
sell.
To the album.
Again,
It's-
people
I
are
promise you
people
this
are
is not
hate
gonna
listening
sell.
too. You have to
Promise
keep
you
that in
ain't putting
mind.
Your money where your mouth is. Don't make no promises you can't keep. You can't.
Yeah,
make
what
a
do we
bet.
wanna
You
bet
don't
on
make
this?
your
Hold
money.
on, hold
I'll
on.
bet
But he's
over
not.
150. What do you want
He
to bet?
know. He know.
I will say this
He
What do you
though.
want to bet? I'm
you
asking
ain't
you.
I'm trying to
confident in your answer. You don't put no money on the floor.
Yeah.
So
I wanna
just
put money
back
on
I
it.
track.
will say this: that GNX will be the #1 album in the country this week.
Absolutely.
No, it's already been determined.
I was surprised to see him
It's
perform.
still better
Peekaboo.
than this trash
I
because
deserve
this
it
was
all.
garbage.
Was Peekaboo even a big song on the album? Was it?
I don't even know what the fuck.
I didn't expect him to perform that shit.
Yeah, I
It's
got.
funny they don't sit us next to each other on these
Yeah, I
podcasts.
know.
There's a reason.
No. Actually, on the contrary, you two are locked into contractually. You two are obligated to sit next to each other and share a mic for all of eternity. For all of
Bryce, too.
eternity.
I will say if P&D was not on this album, it would definitely probably sell more.
Well, if it's
it would
a
probably
Drake-
sell more.
now,
If it's a Drake solo album,
I want to
obviously it would.
bring this up because I've been thinking about this too. Is that like the thing is that it's a catch-22. It was a lose-lose because if Drake dropped a solo album, also it wouldn't be good. It would be the same. It's not good enough. He's not going hard. It doesn't matter how good it fucking was. No matter what he dropped, people were gonna fucking hate it.
Also, if you're at
Drake
war
said
with
he's
your
dropping a new solo.
fucking label, what do you want your label to do? You expect your label to be like, hey, check this artist that's beefing with us right now.
No, but they're still pushing it because he's making them money.
Facts.
No.
Facts.
He's
They
on the
still
he's
getting
on the
money.
front cover of all of Apple Music and everything right now. Yes,
Right.
No, they're absolutely fucking pushing him
Well,
because
Apple-
he's making.
They're
because
not-
This
they're
is
not
the end
push-
of them
Apple,
of
him
them and
Apple
Drake.
Music got business.
They're
They're
not-
I respect Apple Music.
they're not-
Spotify. I was kind of surprised.
They're
by.
not button pushing him. They're not. I'm
Yeah, no,
I'm
hell
sorry.
no. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think so.
That push that you're getting
I think that's pure.
is
Drake.
a light push.
I think that's pure Drake pushing this album.
I
think it'll back bump.
would say pure. I would say I'll give you a little bit.
Look, the way
Listen,
I
I
see
think-
it, the
he's
thing is,
fucking
these
money.
labels are not too proud. They're not too proud to suck up their fucking bullshit and say, "Hey, Drake is already. We're clearly on the way out with this person. Let's milk him for everything we fucking can
Facts.
until the end.
Facts.
Until
On
the
the
end of the road.
on the contrary, what does everybody with money ever do? When you have unlimited money, what do you focus on?
More money.
Power. You focus on power. No, fuck money. At that point, when you
They
reach a
had,
certain,
the
when you
power
reach,
doesn't go
when you
dry
reach-
just because they
when you
push
reach
their
a
biggest
certain-
artists
when you
still.
reach
But
a
what
certain
does the
level
po-
of
but
money.
for them, they already got the power. They ain't got nothing else. They have no pain in pushing Drake, getting the money out of him, and then still kicking him to the curb at the end.
But they're not pushing them. They're not pushing them like they pushed Drake. They're not. They're not. Because when Scorpion dropped, Drake was on the cover of New Jazz Music. Drake was on the cover of folk and indie alternative. Here's Drake Scorpion.
And at that time, Drake could get away with it because Drake was the biggest artist. Drake ain't the biggest artist right now, so they don't have to do all that shit.
By the
He
way,
still is.
I just read on Twitter that the P&D and Drake album was not available to buy in Europe.
Huh?
So that's also going to affect that.
Damn.
Yeah,
bro.
but
Damn,
that-
he's
say-
still
say-
about to do over 200. That's crazy.
Actually, no,
He's gonna, bro.
That's crazy.
No, but that's
If
that's
I'll
actually
put
that,
some money on that.
no,
All
the-
of you.
that-
That's
that's-
You
that's
tell
a
me,
question-
you
that's
tell
a
me
question I
Bosnians
have.
can't buy this
think that-
album right now.
insane.
He think
Our
that Drake
first-
about to do some
hold
Robin
up.
Thicke
That-
numbers.
That's a question I've never thought about before.
You tell me Bosnians got bootleg this shit right now.
No, do you guys? I don't know the answer to this. Is that our first week sales? Is that
Chiefs
limited?
three-peats,
Like when we
Super
talk
Bowl
about
shirts.
first week sales, is that limited to America or is that worldwide sales no matter what?
I think you can look at globally and just in the country. I don't know what metric they
Like
use
when we see, oh, this
Yeah,
person
when it-
sold the first
yeah, I
week.
don't know if they use
Yeah,
just
I don't know
country
if that's just America
Yeah.
or if that's worldwide or not.
Well, now it's probably
'Cause-
America.
'cause they
'cause
got
we can't
no,
get,
actually,
they got
I think
separate
shit
billboard
outside
I
charts.
think
this
it
and
is
shit,
the
so-
country because I think when Meek Mill tried to put his sales out one time, they exclaimed that it was global sales.
Not,
Yeah, usually it's not exclaimed.
Yeah, so that
I
was
think it
my
was
question.
Meek
Is
Mill.
it
I
Meek?
could be wrong. I don't
Did
want to
Meeks
put
buy
that on Meek.
TikTok yet?
Dick dot.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking Diddy.
Damn.
got- He got dick.
No.
You ain't see that? Nah, somebody.
He gonna rename that shit Diddy Talk.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
for real.
Hey man, does anybody have anything else to say on the Drake Party Next Door album before we get the fuck out of here and have a good time?
That should sound like
So,
that
just
shit
real
sound
quick
like
for you
party
guys.
around the clock.
Apparently,
gonna go listen
Drake
to
did
it.
say he was going to release a solo album this year
I heard
as
the
well.
shit.
What do you
That's
guys
why I was-
think
I
that
wanted
the
to go
solo
information.
album going to do? Like in terms of content,
The
in
what?
terms of number. Drake said he's supposedly going to drop a solo album this year.
Shout out my man's being responsible, dog. Shout out my man bringing up the shit.
350.
You're not.
Yeah,
You're
what
not.
do you think the content going to be?
When he said when the time is right, that means when I'm done with this label bullshit. So like to me,
October.
listen. Honestly, if I'm Drake, I don't give. I that's what I'm checking for. I'm checking for that moment. I'm checking for again, I said this back in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about Drake is that he does his best when the back is against the wall. And when is Drake's best album? When is Drake's best album? It's Nothing Was the Same. What happened when Nothing Was the Same happened? Good Kid, Mad City. All of a sudden, Drake, that was Drake, had somebody ascend to a level where they were challenging for the throne, and
You sure
that
you're not
became
talking
a
about Take Care?
conversation.
Sure, not talking about Take Care.
Nothing was the same was after.
Take Care.
Yeah.
And then he dropped his.
But then he dropped Good
Good Kid,
Kid,
Mad
and then
City.
that was the conversation. The conversation was immediately, literally day one of Good Kid, Mad City blowing up the way it did was, oh, Kendrick or Drake, who's better? That's when it became that was the first time that Drake
Fucking
of
problem
his generation was
a
challenged.
battleground because that posse
Right.
cut.
And you're seeing Drake at his best when his back is against the wall. So I'm excited for Drake to have his back against the wall because I believe we are going to show one of two things. We're either going to show that Drake is still him, fuck what they talking about, or we're gonna see what we've saw the last 4 years, or what we've seen the last 4 years. Sawn is not a word. What we've seen the last 4 years is that Drake is on a decline, because that's what I've said since Views. He's been on a decline. I feel like he's still good, but he's not what he was. He's LeBron. He's LeBron.
Does he write
It's
all of
hard
this
to
himself,
maintain that top spot because hip hop, as long as
They
hip-hop's
want
been
you-
around,
they want you
it's
gone.
very fickle. Hip hop has
Yes,
not had
thank you.
somebody take over and
And I
truly
want to see
conquer
Kendrick with that position.
truly conquer the genre for a decade straight. Like even in the highs of Nas and Jay-Z and Biggie and Tupac, there was
It was
certain-
always interchangeable.
It was a certain amount of time that you can hold the crown. It's hard to hold the crown for as long as Drake held it. So
No, I'm very excited. I'm very charged up for what I see Drake.
No
But
pun intended.
I want Drake to do.
Charged up.
I was thinking about it.
But I will say this, as a minority Drake fan, I don't care how long that takes. I don't care. I don't
That's
care
crazy.
if that
In
takes.
Black History?
Twice, bro. Twice, bro. What's wrong with you?
As a minority Drake fan, in terms of what I'm about to say.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, explain myself. Yeah, explain myself.
He tried to make
this
sure,
way.
like, I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
Continue.
Say it with
Well,
the chest. Fuck these niggas.
Say that right now.
Oh,
On camera,
man.
say that.
Who was embarrassed?
Blooper.
Who was embarrassed? Who was embarrassed?
Who was in Paris? It's
Hey,
crazy.
man, bro, I really love hip hop. No, I will say that I'm excited because this is Drake back against the wall, and I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if I get that album in 2026. I don't give a fuck when I get that Drake album that talks that. If Drake is going to actually address it the way I think, because there's also these rumors that, oh, Drake's been giving up all these records for years that he don't give a fuck about because he's trying to be independent. He's trying to float through this deal, then get another deal, and then drop the heat. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like Cap from Drake's camp. That sounds like Smoke. That sounds like Fugazi. But I'll play along with it. I'll play along with that idea. If you are gonna do that, given the stance that you are in, given the situation you are in right now, where you are in a PR fucking nightmare if you're Drake. Now
But
is the time
at-
to drop some hits. If you got this alleged hard drive full of absolute bangers that are the greatest songs that humanity has ever heard, you got to do that shit right fucking now. You got to release at least 2 of them bitches.
I don't
Well,
Give
think
up
so.
two of them
that
bitches.
Drake is. I think if I were Drake, I'd play this where there's a firestorm right now. Let that shit die down. Come back summer, October, and then come get all your shit settled. Come back independent.
Man, Chance dropping heat, nobody gives a fuck.
Hold on.
But that Chance already fucked himself over too far.
Yeah, you
Like,
got to get married.
Drake is.
Yeah,
Drake
now he's
has
divorced. He's back on top.
Drake has a certain,
God, Chance.
like again.
That
even
divorce
this
album gonna
that
be
we just-
crazy.
we just spent 40 minutes talking about this album that we all say is like, it's
Ass.
alright. Drake is gonna have his fans regardless. If I'm Drake, I'm gonna go on ahead, get through these lawsuits, come back with my own thing independent, and do what the fuck I
So,
want to do.
Exactly on that point is
Give two
hold
slaps.
on.
Give two slaps.
Because this tails back into what we said earlier. Is that remember how long that list was? One of those things was Santa Ana Sound, so I looked into it. So OVO on January 24th, 2024 partnered with Santa Ana record label as like a kind of like a mutual partnership. So actually, if we look back at the past year and shit, I think he was already planning the fucking departure from UMG before the Kendrick shit even happened. I'm fully in line with that. I don't disagree with that
And
at
he's
all.
a big enough artist to do it on his own. Why not?
He is, but I think right now where his PR is at a crisis level. I'm not again, I've never said, to be fair, I've never said that Drake is dead. I've never said that I've never said that Drake is done after this battle. I've always said Drake will be fine. We will miss Drake. We will appreciate Drake when he comes back. I've said that. I've said that about this battle. I get that. But Drake, if you have a whole hard drive of slaps, if you have 2-3 albums of slaps, give 2 right now to shut us the fuck up. Because the best thing he did when it came to Scorpion, because you talked about Push, the best thing he did was come out with an album full of fucking heaters.
Actually, I thought
absolute heaters.
To me, if I were on Drake's
He needs
team,
to do that again.
I would say, yo, Kendrick right now just had Not Like Us. He just had his Grammy moment. He just had his Super Bowl moment. Anything that you do is going to be compared to a song that, and listen, as much as I love Kendrick, I'm not even agreeing it's the best diss track, but people are comparing it as one of the best diss tracks of hip hop history.
I think it is.
So why now? Why try to force yourself into the conversation right now when you can lay low, take a couple beats, let some other things happen, let Kendrick's flame die down? Because Kendrick, we talked about this in the
Platty's
Super
been
Bowl.
saying that,
But
for
it's
a
a
long
legacy
time.
thing, dude.
Kendrick has
forever.
nothing. What else does Kendrick have right now to prove? He got his tour going to be on with SZA. He's going to be off the map. He ain't dropping anything new. He's not going to be about that.
He's gonna be off the map every day with an international tour with SZA. He's not gonna be off the map.
But he's not going to be dropping anything new. He's not going to be making any more public noise
He's
about
got to play about some rapper that is not of the culture, that wants to be of the culture, dropping in January or in June.
Again, just let Kendrick have his tour. Let him be out in fucking Europe and everything. And then when it's your time, when you normally can drop some slaps, come back with a well-formed album rollout on your own label. Really reintroduce yourself to the public. I think Drake is fine in the fact that Drake survived Pusha T. Drake's going to survive Kendrick too, because Drake has talent. The man knows how to make the most of his moment. His issue to me this whole time has been him trying to fight a moment that wasn't his. Let it go, move on. He did that with Pusha T, and once he did that with Pusha T, he sat back for a little bit and then came back, and it was better.
He didn't sit back though.
He
That
dropped
was the
Scorpion, and people were like, Scorpion, he sat back for a couple months.
No, he had.
First of all, you had God's Plan at the forefront of that,
charts.
which is arguably one of the biggest songs.
And
of
that's
his career.
what I'm saying. So if you have a hard drive, again, if I'm being Drake, if I'm in
Do
Drake's
you
camp,
honestly believe that right now he has that hard drive that's ready to go today?
I'm giving you. I'm giving.
This nigga been making music for over fucking
I'm
almost
giving
20
you.
years.
Okay,
probably.
okay, but how many God's plans do you have in your hard drive?
I don't know.
God
It
plans
ain't
actually
necessarily
kinda ass to me.
gotta be a
Right,
God's
which,
plan.
again,
'Cause I don't-
opinion
I don't
aside,
think- I don't think- I'm with you,
motions
I'm
it
just-
made was very big. It was a
I'm
huge
I don't
with
think
song.
he got another one dance in there. I don't think he got another God's plan, but I do think he got another big song in there.
Because
Because
the only thing, the only thing
that's
we've
my
seen
issue with Drake.
of
Just
Drake,
drop that big song, because you have the ability. You are Drake. You are one of the most talented artists.
exactly, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
that's
What's
what
the
I'm
rush?
thinking.
You
What's
just said
the
you can
rush?
wait till 2026. This is my thing.
I said wait till this fall.
I'm coasting on this
I'm
Party
drop-
Next Door Drake album. Enough people like it for I can just chill. Let them
That's
simmer
what I'm
with
saying.
Give Me a Hug and
Let
I'm
the
gonna do
kids
my
play.
own thing. I'm gonna pop out in October.
I'm dropping one of them.
That's
to
my
let-
month, and I'm gonna do my. That's
I'm
when I'm
gonna
gonna do
say,
my
as a
thing.
Drake fan,
Exactly.
I'm dropping one of them to let him know I
October's
got
the
it.
best time for
I'm
him.
dropping one of them to let him know
Hey,
I
that's
got it.
facts, bro. He like right
Give
now.
Me a Hug was
Right
enough.
now, all he doing is just
Give Me
he
a Hug
just
was
made a
enough.
little play album. And they like
I don't
collect his
think.
bread.
I don't
and
think
do
Give
his
Me a
thing
Hug is
until the fall.
necessarily a hit,
Because
but
if
Give
he
Me a Hug is enough for him to coast until his
I'm
next
saying,
shit.
What does he need? What is he trying to
Give me a hug. So I look at it as like a Scary Hours. You dropped Diplomatic Immunity with God's Plan. I think he would have done great to do that again.
A two-pack?
To do like Give Me a Hug is the Diplomatic Immunity.
Wasn't that
Where it's
one
like
of
that's a
the
bar
songs?
shit. No, that song was that was a 2-pack.
That was, but
That
there was
was a
another
two-pack.
two-pack around that time
Yes,
as
and
well.
it was the Omerta and Money in the
Omerta-
Grave.
Omerta-
Money in the Grave.
Money
Hard.
in the Grave. Yeah,
Tough.
yeah.
Tough. But what I'm saying is Drake should package that right now. Give Me a Hug, which is obviously that caters to a certain rap fan base. That caters to a very particular rap fan base. We want to see Drake. with his chest out. We don't want to see Drake defeated. We saw Drake when he was on defense. We didn't like that. We like to see Drake as a bully, as a tough guy. We love Give Me a Hug. But now you pair that, because that's what diplomatic immunity was. Oh, I'm not black excellence. Fuck y'all. That's what diplomatic immunity was.
But
then
like,
he paired it with God's plan.
I feel like this is what
You
Drake
need to
runs
pair it
into,
with
though,
that hit.
where Drake sometimes
If you
tries
got
to
that
put
hit in
too
the
much-
hard drive, just drop it.
I feel like Drake sometimes tries to put too much
out.
out. Like this, his knock. One of his big knocks against Kendrick is that Kendrick just pop out every couple of years. I got to give y'all slaps every year. You really don't, though. As a good artist, you can come and take some time, craft a crafted project, come out with it, a good rollout. You don't have to give us slaps every 3 months. You really don't.
I was gonna say that brings me to my next point.
don't.
So what you were saying, I agree with this 100% what he was saying. Wait till the Kendrick shit dies down, this, and that. I agree with that. However, Kendrick right now is getting the biggest buzz he's ever been getting in his whole entire career, right?
Facts.
What makes you think Kendrick is gonna stop?
Nigga, that shit don't last forever.
History.
You
History.
think it's been going on
And
for the past year? What
That's
are you talking
Kendrick.
about?
Kendrick was already.
This guy don't drop an album every year. This guy don't even drop closer frequency.
He dropped
than Drake
GNX
drops.
for the fuck of it. What are you talking about?
Kendrick,
That wasn't for
Kendrick
the fuck-
Lamar
Oh,
will
no,
drop
no,
you
no.
like five verses, maybe over the course of
4
18
years.
months.
Yeah. No, Kendrick Lamar don't drop like Drake.
You
Drake
get a
drops
verse every 14
frequently.
months.
This
He drops
motherfucker
every year.
almost as elusive as Andre 3.
I'm not saying
He
I
might go
get
back to
that.
Fluke.
He does definitely drop every couple of years. I get that. But right now he's getting the biggest buzz right now. Why the fuck would he stop?
It'll fade.
Because he doesn't care
It's not
about
gonna
that.
it's not gonna fade though. Because the man is
because he
gonna
don't move
Drake is
off
gonna
that.
drop an album.
Okay, so are you expecting him to live off this beef? For how long are you expecting him to live off this
I
beef?
didn't say that. I
That's
didn't say
what
live
you
off
saying.
the
You
beat.
saying-
But I'm saying
But
the
his
man.
buzz,
Why would he
you
stop
saying
now?
he having the
No,
biggest moment in
he's
his
not.
career?
He's
No,
not.
listen, no. You saying he having the biggest moment in his career, right?
Yes.
And the biggest moment in his career is because of this beef.
Yes, he's had because of the beef, but I'm saying he's not gonna still steer towards the beef.
Don't do that.
He's gonna keep dropping consistent. I feel like he's gonna keep dropping consistently now. He's literally top artist right now.
Listen,
like,
I'm not even.
Yeah.
I would sit right back down.
Yeah.
Nigga, wiggle his cup at me. I dare remember. Throw that bitch right
that's
back.
Hey,
Like, what did you want?
hey, gratuities included in the bill, bitch.
but that's what I'm saying.
This nigga said, waiter.
So glad he didn't have ice in it. I've only heard the
Man, that would really
the
set me
click
off.
would have been done.
This tastes too sweet. Give it back.
I give and I give.
Listen, shaken not stirred. Shaken
But that's
not
what I'm
stirred.
saying. Like Kendrick literally dropped an album that there are some songs on
But
there that
listen,
are
though.
message meaning.
Consistent-
But he literally dropped an album that's basically nothing but hits. You see what I'm saying?
Consistency is not necessary. I don't want it to sound like crazy, but that's not Kendrick's bag. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
No,
what
I
I'm
get it.
saying. You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
it.
Persistence.
Consistency is not Kendrick's bag. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get
He
it.
more
No, I get
like-
it. I get it.
that. I like
Persistence.
I know
No,
you
for
like
sure.
that, and I like consistency. That's what
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
gonna
Consistency
say.
means it goes up and down. Persistence means he doesn't do it on a regular.
He ain't consistent.
Either
been
way, he don't
consistent.
be
Hey,
dropping, bro.
That's the whole point. Look, bro. Even when Kendrick first came out, Overly Dedicated came out in 2010. Then we had Section 80 that came out in 2011. Then we had Good Kid, Mad City that came out in 12. And then he just stopped, waited, and then he came out with To Pimp a Butterfly in 2015. 2016, Untitled Master, which that came out in pieces. And then 2017, Damn. Like, it's all over the place, bro.
But do you see what I'm saying right now though? He's literally been dropping consistently almost every year now. Before it was every couple years, this and that he was waiting.
Well, he had a
But-
five,
hold on,
he had
hold
a
on,
5 year
hold on, hold
hiatus
on.
But you
between.
didn't let me finish, though.
Persistent.
You didn't let me finish because Damn came out in 2017, and then we waited years, and
5
we haven't
years
got
for
it.
Mr.
Yeah,
Morale.
then we got Mr. Morale. So we Kendrick ain't as consistent as we were because right when Mr. Morale dropped, that was in 2022. GNX dropped 2024.
I don't know, man. All that shit garbage. Listen.
Fuck
Let's get
the
back to
numbers.
Drake.
I
Fuck
think,
the numbers.
I think that no matter who you fucking are, 2-year gap is absolutely appropriate. I
Yeah.
think that leaves people the anticipation looking forward.
That's
I
what
think-
I said.
all I'm saying-
I think every year is too much. I think 3
I
years
think
is
make
too
us
long.
wait.
I think you just have to have a certain level of talent to drop
every year.
couple
Like,
years.
well,
I'm saying,
that's what
like-
people are saying about Boldy James right now because he just
Well,
announced
also
another
vice
album. And
versa.
everyone's like, "My brother in Christ, relax."
Well,
Like,
also,
you just
also
dropped.
vice versa. You have to have a special talent to drop every couple of years, every multi-years, and still hold people's attention.
Facts.
And,
Oh,
Drake can
and-
do both.
well, and
Yeah,
to
we're
that
talking
point-
about people
well,
of
That's
this
why.
status.
That's why
Not-
wait.
I want Drake to do both.
Because here's the thing I would say about Drake, though. When you look at Scorpion, when you look at Certified Lover Boy, and you look at For All the Dogs, would have been the biggest knocks against all three of those albums. They were too fucking long.
quality.
They were too bloated. There were so many. There were hits mixed in with some shit that they could have just left on the cutting room floor. Drake ain't gotta drop every year. I don't think he needs to. I really don't.
Well, Drake has been dropping these records that were like the Jay-Z record that was allegedly like 4 years old before he put out again. So like there's people that are saying that rumor that like, oh, Drake's just got this like secret hard drive full of great music that will blow the music industry away. And I'm not doubting that because Drake is talented enough to have that. But what I'm saying is right now in the middle of the storm that you are in, if it's a hard drive full of them, you let one of them go. You let two of them go.
Like a single?
Yes.
Sometimes when you're in the middle of a storm, it's best just to take shelter, let the storm blow over, and then come and pop out.
I hear you. I hear you. But if you got a hard drive full of them,
So what? Then utilize it when it's best time, when it's going to get the maximum effort and going to get the maximum views. Like, at this point, is Drake dropping a single right now going to get as much as if we talk about in October? And I do agree that I think Kendrick is going to be on tour. He's not going to be dropping anything. He's not going to go on J. Cole and go on this major feature run. Kendrick likes to do what he does and then go back home to his family. That around August, September, October, that's a perfect time. Drake's going to have nobody else really to compete with, and he can come back with his banger, his comeback single, and it's going to take the world
well,
over.
I'll tell you what. His Grammy is not dropping before the end of August.
I think he probably gonna pop out before then. No, honestly, summer coming up, he might just try and do
Album.
some summer music. He
I'm
already
talking album. I will put my
album.
life
I thought
on.
he was talking
He's
about,
not dropping
one hit.
before August.
All these motherfuckers willing to gamble everything right now. They life, they houses. Like, what?
You see what's
This is
happening
just-
to America right now?
This is just music,
Listen,
y'all.
nah,
It's
listen.
just music.
Listen,
That
I don't
sports,
got
that
none
sports
to- I
betting
don't got
shit
none
fucked
to-
everybody's brains up, bro. I swear to God.
Listen,
no,
listen.
no.
The Chiefs
man's
lost.
playing
I gotta
roulette
get
next to
my
me
get
right
back.
now.
Listen,
I will put my fucking life.
Motherfuckers been gambling way before the sports bet.
Yeah.
I know, but it really it pushed everybody over the edge.
Well,
Not
now it's
everyone-
commercialized.
They betting on the presidential election.
One
They
word.
betting on,
Hey,
Listen. Everybody tells me it's gonna be the greatest album of all time.
the greatest
Even
album.
in rap,
It's the greatest album of all time.
Before we wrap
eating the cats.
up, going around the room, the Drake Soul album, which you brought up a good point about, because I before September or after September, do we get that Drake Soul album?
I think it's gonna drop October.
So that would be after. I didn't mean to.
Statistically,
Well, yeah, no fucking shit.
statistically, that would be after.
All right, so we got.
Yeah, who's next?
We got after.
That's
Okay.
just,
Yeah, I'm saying.
Around the room.
Oh, he's got some shit.
After?
Yeah.
After.
Are we saying August or for the album?
September.
I think the single drop before September. I think the album drop in October.
So after.
I got after.
I'm putting my money on October because I think that what Drake is really gonna. I mean, for one thing, the one thing you can say about all this shit is
When
that
you're
Drake's.
locked in a room and you have to.
What's that?
I'm just saying, like when you're locked in a room, summer like.
Oh yeah, no.
Summertime vibes are
but
over.
I'm saying like
It's gonna be a thoughtful
well,
album.
One thing that has really gained a lot of recognition through all of this on Drake's end of things is the staple of the moniker of OVO being like a thing, and that being October, like
Which
that
is my
already
second
that
bet.
has been a
I
thing.
bet the album's
but-
gonna be
but
called
You've
October's
noticed the
Very Own.
influx of people. You know, you got the now OVO is like almost it's kind of become like it's the broader spectrum of Drake-isms and Drake fans and whatever. So I think that adds a lot of light onto it. So I think he is going to push for an October drop.
I think
Here's
if he do drop, I don't know what year is gonna call it, but if he did drop in October, it would be Sweet as Hell if he named it Scary Hours the album.
here's
Scary Hours is a good one, but I'm gonna say right here on this podcast today, he's gonna call it October's very own.
here's why
That would be a perfect fucking move for him.
Or Scary Hours, October's very own.
Here's why every single person in this room answered correctly. Because the Grammy eligibility window ends in the last week of August.
But he don't do. I mean, and
So you're gonna sign up to compete with GNX if you're Drake.
well, and
You're
you're
not.
not only that, but everyone's
You're
getting,
not.
Everyone's getting
The Grammy darling, you're not gonna go against the Grammy darling when you're Drake. The whole industry hates you, and you're going against the Grammy darling. You're not going to drop your solo album before the Grammy deadline.
But it's
of
not
2025.
only Drake, but if you go right after that, you're opening the window. But Drake's not going for Grammy anyway, though.
I was thinking, like, don't you guys submit for a Grammy?
Yeah, you do, and Drake doesn't
Yeah,
submit.
I don't
Drake
think
hasn't
gonna
submitted
do
for
that
years.
regardless.
So
Whether he
But he-
dropped it
I
before
think
or
he
after.
will because he's gonna be on his own label.
But he's not going to
Nah,
open
he too-
himself up to that
He
criticism.
too fuck the Grammys to actually. So I think to submit.
yeah,
it
because
for a
he
Grammy.
he
That-
could have
no,
been submitting for years.
I'm
at
not
this
saying
point.
he's not fucked the. I'm not saying he's not fucked the Grammys, but I also think that he's well aware. Let me not put myself in a position where I have to compete with Kendrick if I don't have to.
But this is exactly why I'm saying the pettiness from Kendrick is going to come into place. You really think the man's not going to drop during that same time Drake drops? You really think he's not going to?
No.
He
No,
dissed
I
the
think-
man
I
at the Super Bowl the most pettiest way.
I think yes, and I think Kendrick did all he set out to do.
the man didn't have to diss him at the Super Bowl. But
I
he
will
did.
say,
But he
technically,
did.
looking this up, Drake's last Grammy was in 2023, but it was a Future song. He didn't submit it himself, so.
Future
You see what I'm saying?
No,
He
no,
didn't
no.
have to
Drake
diss
is
him.
not
Why?
a Grammy guy. That's not the point. The point is, don't put yourself in the window of competing with Kendrick. You're not
What's he
gonna do
competing
that.
for?
Especially
You're not-
if his next album is him trying to move past it by letting Kendrick's moment pass.
Exactly.
But
Like,
if-
Kendrick's
but
most
what is-
fast,
But
like
they
you
are
said.
competing for
But
best album.
what is he competing for if
The
he's
best
not
album?
going for the Grammys? There's no competition.
Right. It's like if he not about to submit for the Grammys, so it's like I
It's
don't
not.
think
It's not. It's not a matter.
whether
It's not
he
a
make
matter.
that-
It's not a
whether he
matter
make
of
that
submission.
time
It's a
frame or
matter
not.
of PR. It's a. I'm trust.
It's a matter of
Tell
if
me.
you get nominated.
Tell me. It's
You will be on there.
it's a matter
He
of.
already
It's
out Grammy'd anyway. It's like Kendrick got double the Grammys he
Right.
got, maybe triple. So it's like I don't think Drake trying to catch up for
I don't
Grammys.
think.
That's where the
Again,
pettiness
it's
comes
not.
into
It's not
place.
about
If
Drake.
I was
again.
Drake,
It's not
I
about
would
Drake
not
trying to
focus on
catch
that.
up. It's not about Drake trying to catch up. It's about Drake not putting himself in a position to be compared to Kendrick at all. Drake is
I
going.
don't think that people
Drake-
are going to
I don't
take
think
that as a
so.
comparison
Drake-
because
Drake-
nobody even knows when the cutoff is. For
I'm
the
telling
Grammys.
you, Drake is going to move. The industry will. In the industry, as we saw with the media, why do we see?
whole Grammys yelling
No,
out
why
Nine
do why
Mile.
no, hold on. Again, let me go back to my point that I didn't emphasize enough earlier in this podcast. Why do we have a whole conversation? We didn't have a conversation, but why was there a whole conversation about on Twitter about Freddie Gibbs being the first person to do Drake's album cover?
No, not the cover, just the title.
Y'all don't
dollar sign- the
y'all
dollar
don't think that's crazy?
No,
Y'all think
I wasn't
y'all
gonna-
think
I wasn't
y'all,
gonna
no
bring
no
that
no
up.
hold on. Y'all don't think that in 2024 didn't happen? That would come out right now at this time, right when he's competing for first week sales? Immediately?
Yeah, I
What?
feel like-
Wait, hold on.
I feel
Oh,
like-
yeah, what's your point? Hold on.
What's
I know
what-
exactly. I know exactly.
Smeary
what you mean.
campaign.
I know exactly. That's
But
what
hold
you're
on.
into.
What is the issue? Is what I'm trying to figure.
Yeah, what does
like,
Freddie
what
Gibbs have
happened?
to do
What
with
happened
it?
to Freddie
He's
Gibbs?
saying-
He's saying he think that
Chris,
because
explain it
because
to
of how
I'm not
low-
saying I
know.
think.
I'm
I'm
confused.
not saying I think.
Somebody just
Okay.
explain.
Hold
it.
on, bro.
I know
Hold on,
exactly
hold
what you
on,
mean,
hold
though.
on.
I know exactly what you mean.
Just
I'm
say
basically
what
saying-
happened
Okay,
first.
okay.
All right.
He's saying anything
So
negative
so-
will be
publicized,
But that's fine.
because it's Drake.
Right.
But
And
I want to know
right,
what the
so-
issue
so-
with
okay,
Freddie
okay,
Gibbs. and Freddie Gibbs
so
is
here's
on.
the deal.
What's the
Yes,
thing
yes,
with Freddie Gibbs?
You break it down. You
All
break
right.
it down.
So
The Freddie Gibbs, and there was the other accusation. Too.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me
the
the
other
other,
writer.
the other
Yeah,
one
the
is the
other
bigger one, really.
Yo.
The
All right,
cover.
I
is
wanna
the
Hold
bigger
up,
one.
hold up, hold
Yes,
up.
Yes.
okay,
What's going on?
so
Cook.
obviously this album was called "Sexy Song." Some sexy song for you, which all had dollar signs as the S's.
$3 signs.
Right, which a lot of people, of course, shortened to just $3 signs as the title.
This was Freddie Gibbs, right?
No,
Well, this is what-
Drake's
this is Drake's
album.
album.
But
Freddie Gibbs dropped an album. What was it? 3
like
years ago?
No, 3 months
2 years
ago.
ago.
Uh,
No, 2 years ago.
Oh, I thought
2,
that
3
was.
years
Oh
ago.
no, that's not the
So
newer one. I'm
separate.
sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
also
yeah, yeah.
had the exact. It was 3S. Whereas
It was
some,
sold
sold
separately.
separately.
and I
yes.
love that album.
And
Great album.
Great album.
Fire.
Phenomenal album, which also was again shortened to a lot of people with $3 signs. Also, Freddie Gibbs' whole thing has been his bunny rabbit imagery on his album cover. So in the back cover of the Drake Party Next Door album, having 3 bunny rabbits with dollar signs with the 3 S's on the eyes and all that stuff, Freddie Gibbs is like, yo, these motherfuckers just came out and tried to bite my style for real, for real.
Okay, because I see what you're saying now when you were saying cover. I didn't think about that. I kind of ignored the.
It was the
bunnies.
back cover
but-
that had the bunnies on
so
it.
go to the other part too with the writing.
Well, you got that one. Take it.
Well,
Oh, I don't.
hold up. No, no,
I don't. I saw
there-
the accusations. I didn't.
There's
dive.
another thing.
Because I was too smear campaign.
There is
Paul, let
another
me
thing
do it.
behind it. Is that so? The
Yeah,
cover,
cover.
was shot in Mississauga, which is where Party Next Door is from,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in front of, I forgot what those towers are called, but there's a name for those towers.
Yes.
And clearly they're very architecturally monumental in that.
For anyone who
city,
hasn't seen
'cause-
the album cover, it's like 2 towers that kind of
like,
lean
twist
in.
and
They
twist
twist and
and-
lean into each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's this other rapper from Mississauga who he had in 2021 or 2 a music video that he shot literally in the exact same spot that they took this album cover
With
at.
the snow,
and he had came out and said that Party Next Door had been coming at him for a long time, talking about why are you getting recognition but not me, da 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 da, this and that. I forgot what the rapper's name is. To me, I haven't heard of him, but we don't know what goes on in Canada and who's popular locally and whatever.
We got
But-
tariffs against them right now,
but
so we don't care.
We're fighting with them in hockey.
So this guy, this rapper is getting. I'll play the video after the pod. This guy is getting recognition for literally the music video was shot exactly in the same spot that they took the album cover, and Party Next Door came to him and was like, "Why are you getting recognition besides me?" Da 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 da, and this and that. So Party Next Door made it very apparent that he was aware of this guy's song that got really big, that was shot in that exact same spot, and then comes out and shoots the album cover right in the same spot. That was the other kind of thing behind this, the whole cover thing. I didn't realize about the bunny ears. That's why I was saying when I was like, the cover thing, in my opinion, was that. You know what I mean?
So again, long
Really just
story
being
short,
fucking petty then.
it's a long story short of what we've seen a lot of times in the music industry where something gets big local, someone who's a bigger artist takes the local shit and makes it their own, co-ops it to their own, and then the local artist gets upset. Freddie Gibbs is not as big as Party Next Door or Drake. And
this
I
guy
know
isn't
that
as
we
big as
love.
that.
I would disagree with
I
Freddie
know we
Next
all
Door,
love
but-
Freddie Gibbs more, but on a national scale, "Come See Me" was a higher charting song on the Billboard than anything Freddie Gibbs
Since
has
every-
done.
since
Freddie
everybody-
Gibbs is
since everybody
not
loves
nearly
Kendrick
as,
Lamar,
he doesn't
hold
do
on.
as well as them. Yeah,
Hold on,
but-
since
sucks.
since
I
everybody,
know. I love Freddie Gibbs, but
since everybody loves King Kendrick Lamar, why was not a story made of the fact that Kendrick stole? Well, I wouldn't say stole. He went through the proper channels, whatever. But why was it not a conversation when Zakari's Love hook on Damn was originally a Zakari song and now it's his?
Well,
why was it?
that-
Why was
that's-
that?
Well, buying
No.
the song.
No,
that's a little different.
That's
Yeah.
not the same. Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying, why is this conversation coming out about this guy that is claiming that he wrote several songs?
Because
Why-
Zakari
why
was
is-
signed
why-
to TDE.
No,
none
why
of these
is
other
this-
artists were ever signed with OVO.
I get that part. But I'm just playing fair. Why is now this conversation being had as immediately as the Drake and Party Next Door album comes out. Immediately. Not a couple days, not a week after, not, hey, I'm a detective, I found something, this is weird, this is fishy. Why is it happening immediately? It's smear campaign. It's all smear campaign. And I'm not saying that Drake and Party Next Door didn't steal this guy's cover art. I'm not saying that he didn't steal these guys' lyrics. I don't know any of that. I'm just saying, why is it coming out? It's not coming out if 2024 didn't happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
if
because
you're Drake,
is, bro.
if you're Drake, this is not coming out in
Yes,
20
yes, it is.
if 2024 didn't happen.
So we're gonna
in
just pretend that
2023.
He the biggest artist, bro. Like even if like it might not go on a smear campaign where every other
Not
tweet
on a
you
national
see,
level.
You see random Twitter accounts talking about it. You see motherfucking Daily Loud and shit like reposting this, that, and the third. But like people are gonna post it and talk about it if like Drake is still.
But the
ever
big
since that
pages.
Meek,
You
beef,
already
like,
know what it is.
motherfuckers-
Gatekeepers.
Motherfuckers want to expose Drake for like even when
It was
Drake
Quinn Miller. It's
even-
the Quinn Miller shit.
even
Yeah,
when Drake
right.
even
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Drake did the same
I'm
flow,
not saying he doesn't have
even
a
when
history.
Drake did the same flow as XXX.
I'm just saying he's dropped plenty of albums since If You're Reading
listen,
This.
though, even
Oh,
when Drake,
on that one song, More Life. Yeah.
listen, when Drake took XXX shit, bro, niggas
Yes.
was
Yeah.
on his ass about that shit, and
was
XXX
same
was
day.
XXX was a fresh new artist. Like he wasn't like nobody that was big or nothing like that. So I think anything that Drake does is gonna be publicized. It might not be to the
So you don't
extent
think it's
of it
smear
is now.
campaign?
What you
All
mean?
it is
Right now,
gonna
yeah,
be,
everything
it's
right
like
now
a,
is
it's
smear
like a
campaign.
conspiracy theory.
Okay,
type.
But
so then,
I'm not-
so then don't
no,
worry.
but I'm saying-
I think we're
I
all
think-
saying the same thing.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is both of these things can be true at the same time. Yes, that information came out because there's a smear campaign going against Drake right now, but that also would have been noted to the public in any other time in Drake's career. 100%, he's the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, I was saying,
I
like, this is,
disagree.
I don't think this is a smear campaign that's happening right now. Like, this is the same thing with the Quinn Miller shit. This is the same thing that's been happening to Drake his entire career. Like, once there was a angle for someone to try to jump in, people have been trying to jump in that angle for the entire rest of his career. So it wouldn't matter if this was, you know, something about the album cover or the title or the lyrics.
Okay.
It's all like Drake has been dodging these type of complaints since the Quentin Miller shit, and even before that.
I don't think it's as abundant as it is right now. Like right now, this is a straight smear campaign. Like
It is.
That's
I think
clear
it would have
as
been
that.
the same.
But I don't
I know it
think
is.
I don't
I'm
think
not
this-
justifying either of those points. I'm just saying that's what people are saying.
I don't think this-
I think the Freddie Gibbs thing is more of a reach even than the
I
other.
don't-
I don't
think-
again. I'm not
I don't think
saying,
it'll be
I'm not saying
amplified like
that
that. That's
those.
all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that those claims are invalid. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying if you're Drake, if you have UMG's full support and backing, those conversations are not happening right now. They're not.
But they did.
They're not.
They happened the last time around. They literally happened last time around.
So you're telling me that he had that conversation around If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and then
Because
yes.
it's the same thing that every
Right.
major artist has dealt with. Jay-Z's dealt with the same shit. Nas has dealt with the same shit. Literally every major artist, when you're on top, there's going to be someone who tries to take you out, and there's going to be
if
publication
If You're Reading This Is Too
behind
Late,
it.
it's 2015. We are in 2025, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there so either one of two things. Either Drake has stopped with the using support and or manipulating support, whatever you want to call it, whatever, or it's been silenced. That's 10 years. It'd be one thing. The last time we heard real noise about somebody writing for Drake, real noise, was If You're Reading This. And that was 2015. We are in 2025. And what I'm saying is now we are hearing that noise and we are hearing it loudly the very first day that the album comes out.
And it's not as loud as it was before. The Quentin Miller shit was all because
Was louder.
Was louder. And it was
But
all
why
because of Meek Mill did.
why are we hearing that now? And we're not hearing anything in the decade in between.
We did
So-
hear
so
it in the
Drake-
decade in between.
So
Yeah,
Drake,
no, they've been talking with that.
sure,
That has
for
been
sure.
at the forefront for years.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been at the forefront for years. What are you talking about?
the week he drops an album, I don't think so.
Yes. Every time he drops a song.
No, it has been for the
Someone
past
tries
10
to
years
talk
since
some
that
shit.
album came out.
Pull up references.
I don't know.
The
I wanna
Quin-
hear-
what-
I don't know is-
Twitter, everything. People have been talking about the Quentin Miller Drake thing since that happened.
I was gonna say, even the X thing, wasn't it like the day after the fucking More Life dropped?
Yeah, it happened immediately.
Exactly the day after.
Like, because no, it was the day of. Because I was at I remember I was at the Hook Lounge when the fucking album came out, and literally a couple hours after the fucking
No, that XX actually was right.
they
before.
posted a tweet right
It was right
after
before.
the same fucking night.
Yeah,
It was right. It was right before.
Well,
do you
because
mean?
that was already in the realm of like they already had like some, words exchanged between each other or whatever. But like, yeah, no, the Quentin Miller thing has been a discussion for years. But I don't know anything about.
I'm not
going
saying
into this.
the discussion
But
left.
people have been the smear campaign on Drake has been since Drake has been Drake. In 2008 or whatever, 2007,
amplified.
when he rose to prominence or whatever, I was also, mind you, I'm fucking 11 years old or whatever, but I'm following him like, no, I don't like Drake because da 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 da. I followed the smear campaign from the day that fucking he came out. Like, that's so far gone. People have been fucking smearing Drake since day one. Also,
I'm just saying the amplification of it is different right now, and it's awfully convenient that you are beefing with your label right now, and this has been amplified.
I think that it feels like that because we're looking at all the other legal sides of it. I feel like
We're looking at Drake more intently.
Yeah, I think because you're paying more attention to the other shit, that the other shit becomes more evident.
Wow.
But the fact is,
like it's always there, but
it's always been there. It's always been there for every
Fair.
song he dropped in the undercurrent. It's just the fact that now, because we have so many other factors, it's just like when Pusha T and Drake were beefing. A lot of stuff that Pusha T had said, we had already heard. We already had heard the rumors of Drake having a child. But it was the amplification of that moment.
Yeah.
There have been TMZ reports about that the year before. Like, we had already kind of known
There
about
was,
it.
there was.
And
yeah.
so all of this shit is just becoming more apparent because of the nature of where we are.
And we've
I
made
do
the comparison.
think, side note, I do think Hard Part 4, when he says, go get you a bag, daddy, I was like, oh. Context, full disclosure, knowing how much he hates Drake, that was probably some inside information.
We've made a lot of comparisons between, the current state of like politics in America and this Drake and Kendrick thing. It really adds up. And look at how politics works. Something comes out because it's the main focus of a certain thing, when the whole time you were mad about it the whole 10 years that it's been going on. Like, you know what I mean? It's been going on a lot longer, but just because it's at the forefront right now everyone's mad about it. Like, I see the whole point.
So you guys generally don't think, just let's end the conversation because we've been talking about this for a while. Let's end the conversation with this. How many people think it's smear campaign and how many people think it's just genuinely conversation and
When we
detective?
say smear campaign, though, we're not saying smear campaign that just came up. We're saying the smear campaign, like, it's a smear campaign that's been on for years. I'm not saying it's a new smear campaign. I'm saying it's been existing for a time.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about a smear campaign's whole career, cause like right now it's like it's trendy to hate Drake. So like that's where I think the smear campaign is. Like it ain't ever been as popular to actually dislike Drake. So I don't think his whole career was a smear campaign.
Pusha T.
But what I will say is, I think honestly, when I think about it, anybody who feels like they have anything on a celebrity, it will be publicized, even if it's at the bare minimum. That's what I think. Because I remember it was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I think it might have been what's his name from Pretty Ricky,
Spectac?
the lead, the Pleasure P. I think Pleasure P. He went on live or some shit, ranting about how he made this beat for Soulja Boy and he ain't give him shit. And then it's like just think about who Soulja Boy is right now. Like, he's nowhere near as big as Drake. He don't have a quarter of the star power. Like, it's just Soulja Boy. But yet I seen that because somebody wanted to expose him. So I feel like we live in an exposing era. Like, you guys, like, it's social media. Like, if you're a celebrity and somebody got something they feel like it'll make them some money or go viral, they're going to put it out there, and you will see it, whether it's at the bare minimum or amplified just as much as Drake, all Drake's negatives is right now.
And if I could just make one last point on this too, I think the whole thing about it too, when you look at it, we just watched the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl,
Praise
stopping
God.
the three-peat.
Put on a clinic.
Right? Like,
praise God.
Like we were all rooting for Philadelphia. That
Go
shit-
Birds!
Go Birds! Go Birds!
Fuck CJ DJ though. But
Yeah, seriously, fuck TJG. But here's the thing about it though. Remember when Kansas City won their first chip? And you guys got to think back, and you can be honest about it. But a lot of us were rooting for him. We were actually rooting for him.
I was rooting for the Chiefs.
It's a hard thing when you go from the scrappy underdog to the top dog, because all that love and support that got you up there switches.
That's why I want.
If the Lions win a Super Bowl next year, the entire
following year.
NFL
you already
media
saw it this year.
is
You already
going to
saw it
I
this
don't know
year.
if this was a.
That's why I want to. That's why I want to see Kendrick. That's why I want to see Kendrick in the position he's in. He has always maneuvered himself as the underdog.
Who are we comparing to the Chiefs right now?
I was about to go back to my Drake thing. I was going to say, like, when Drake was coming up, we all rooted for Drake. We all wanted to see that. And what happened was
He became Drake for
when he
fucking
became
decades.
Drake, we all fucking hated him at a certain, like, not all of us obviously, but there became a sort of backlash against him. It's the same thing. We all root for these underdogs until they come out the mud and get to that number one position. And once they hold it for a little bit too long, then all of a sudden that love turns to immediate hate.
That's why I want to see Kendrick, because Kendrick has always. I'm just saying this really quickly because we've been on a tangent. I want to see how Kendrick operates, and I've been saving this for weeks. I want to see how Kendrick operates as the number one, because his whole career he's been the underdog. He's been the people's champ. He's been the one that, oh, he's got a message. He's fighting for us. He's doing all of this. Kendrick has always had that. Now, when you're on top,
Wait till a Kendrick Lamar Tootsie Slide goes number one, and that's when you're gonna see what's different.
thank you. That's what you and I don't think Kendrick will do that. But again, Kendrick is unanimously number one right now, and I think he's in a position where there is a very strong group of people that want to see him fail, and that group is going to spread and amplify, right? Like we saw with the Super Bowl, we saw the people that were like, oh, Kendrick, like everybody that was at the Super Bowl was even lit to this, blah blah, whatever. Like so, we saw those moments happen. We are going to see those moments continue to happen. I want to see how somebody that has built their career off of being humanitarian, off of being the people's champion, what he does. That's it. That's what I want to see. Does anybody have any closing thoughts? It's already over.
No, I was because I had something to say, but it's like I don't like going back to a point.
Yeah. No, we don't gotta go back to it.
Young boy better.
Why be better?
All
Why be better?
Hey man, happy All Star Weekend. Shout out the Rap Cave for the All Stars. That's a dope thing that we're gonna continue to do every single year. I'm very proud of it. Shout out to Chris Apples for making the graphics happen. Big round of applause. You deserve it, man. Listen, dog, you published them shits, and them shits went crazy. We gotta
tap in with Chris Apples, bro. You know he got a big ass catalog waiting for somebody to drop on that mud, bro.
Hey,
Let's
man.
go. Hey, the Rap Cave album coming soon, dog.
EP coming soon.
Listen,
we talked about that. I will
Get
be,
top on the phone.
I will beat the DJ Khaled. I will scream all over that bitch. You are not getting a verse from me.
I think I should be the one screaming on there.
You got,
No,
but that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be ad libs. It's gonna be whatever.
As long as I can drug some Yin Yang Twin ad libs. Yup.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper.
Hey, listen.
Say something that you like.
Before we wrap this up, hey, your roommate owe you some money. Remember that.
For what?
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Was I right?
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Just give me my
said
money.
yeah.
So you just dry snitch. You just
So
dry
on
snitch.
that note, Chris, you want to take us out?
You ain't gonna let your mans know that you.
He was about to let that bitch slide.
We were supposed to.
He was about to let that motherfucker slide.
You gonna let that get swept under the rug?
No, I got
That's
you.
right.
Hey, he owed you. Listen, and I remember too. It was love
Damn.
for $50.
Hey.
I remember that.
That's crazy as fuck, bro.
I
He
remember
really
that.
did just tell him like, yeah, don't
Hey,
forget.
bro.
Real ones
Hey,
don't
bro.
forget.
I
tried.
Hey, that's a real
I
friend
tried
right
to
there,
put it
bro.
back.
God is sweet and so is Birdie.
Because he would have forgot the whole time.
That's so crazy. That somebody named Birdie talking about coming at me. Yeah, no, that's no.
Listen, I
Hey,
don't
go
know what the
Birds.
I don't know what the problem is. I was just saying some shit that was true in the fact. I ain't say nothing disrespectful. I ain't say nothing out of pocket.
Yeah.
I ain't say nothing personal. All I know is on the pod, on camera,
Valid.
we shook on a song that was not played at the Super Bowl. That's all
What
I'm
was
saying.
it?
Was
What
that,
was
am
it?
I wrong for that?
What was it?
Am I wrong for that?
But
It was love.
did
It was
we
love.
shake or we shaked?
We shook for sure.
We shook.
You shook with both of us. You shook
Oh,
with both.
so you was just trying to bring me down?
What you mean? That was my
Because
victory
you
lap.
because you can't confirm that. So why'd you bring
Bro,
that
you
into
shook
it?
You shook to both of us.
Both of us.
And even
So
even
he
if you're
disagrees
getting,
too?
if you're
So he
backtracking
disagrees
on
too?
a handshake, we got a lot of problems going. Like either I'm saying is that I'm not gonna. I probably didn't step in front of the camera and fucking shake. I don't know, but I don't remember what happened. But
I don't think we disagree. I think he's trying to
What you
conquer
mean
and
disagree?
divide. I think that's what he's trying to do.
No, I'm trying to get $50.
Me and him both agreed that he was not
Lockstep.
performing that.
Put that
Lock
bitch
step.
Okay, so shout out to Doritos, our sponsor. Thank you, Doritos.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's talk about
Like
this
Doritos.
was this was Doritos topic of the week, powered by Home Depot. And
All right, man. Take us out, bro.
Listen, man, thank you everybody for tapping in, tuning in. I appreciate all you. I apologize to all the talented artists that dropped music this week that we didn't properly review
They'll get
like
to
we
them next
normally
week.
do. I will get to you next week, Mariba. I got a whole section for you next week because you smoked that fucking album. But
he does.
out with my dogs, part-time party, Crisp Apples,
Yes, sir.
aka Big AP.
Big AP.
Big
Yeah,
AP.
Big AP. It's gonna stick sooner or later.
Birdie. I got B Rice, must be nice.
B and
I
Coco
got
Bam.
money. I got money
Incredible
Mur.
pipe.
I got money Mur. I got Zeke. I'm as always Platte Pods. I thank y'all for tuning in. Please comment, share, subscribe. Listen, we did a whole thing on All Stars. I wanna make that a goal going forward. I wanna make that something that everybody taps into. I wanna make that something that everybody supports and engages with. This year was just me off the wham. I want to make that going forward. I want to make that something that everybody taps into. So let me know on the post who you think were the All-Stars. Who do you think deserved it?
And one more time, shout out.
Who were the
Apples.
snubs? Shout out Apples. Yeah, shout out Apples for the graphic.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you. No, he busts his ass for those. So make sure you
It was a last minute
Make sure you
request.
go
and
support
it
that.
was-
Hey, shout out my boy Nick Grant. I know you're offended. I hope you take it personal. I can't wait to see what you do with it.
That's how we really.
One of the most
What it is though? What up?
one of the most talented people in the building. So who cares? No, I'm playing. But no, Nick Grant. No, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every artist that tapped in and gave their thoughts on that. And I can't wait to see. 2026. Let me know who the All-Star should be. As always, I'm Chris Platte with all my dogs. I appreciate y'all. Have a good, safe weekend. Peace out. Subscribe to the podcast. You heard?